thing.
The
All right, it says
broadcast.
it's live. It
I
says
just
it's
got
open. Oh shit.
I'm back
So
on.
this was not take one. This was take like 97 guys.
This for like an hour now.
Oh, dude, I called you at like 10. It is 11:22.
Hour. You're right.
So you can finally say we're in here.
Are in there. I am in here. As it.
But here's the thing. It says I am live. But when I look
Yeah.
at YouTube, I don't know if I'm live on YouTube. And I'm like, oh, I am live on YouTube. Holy shit, I am live on YouTube.
I was gonna say I could log into YouTube and check out and make sure that you are.
We are going to go ahead and we're gonna.
I see you are.
It says I'm live. Oh shit! All right.
How about that?
Well,
talk shit about Fabio until he shows up.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. I am. Holy shit! I've never actually done like a live stream type thing before. All of the stuff that I've ever
Neither
done
are
yeah
robotic to me right now. Is my voice lagging for you?
No, not really. Is mine?
Yours, it was for me for like a second.
It's because you live in Jersey and you have the worst fucking Wi-Fi in the world.
All of Jersey is like one McDonald's Wi-Fi.
But yeah, so basically we are going to just kind of talk to you and just kind of get some stories out of you from your perspective. And that's kind of like the whole thing. Like I said, like you kind of hold some infamy because a lot of people like hear stories about you and they go, Jesus fucking Christ, is that guy still alive? And I'm like, yeah, no, he's still kicking. You know, like let's give him a for instance. Like let's recant this story for a second.
Which one?
Hey Alex, let's walk to the dispensary that you just went to in Vegas.
Oh,
because
okay.
The only thing that I have remembrance from that pisses me off, and Caroline still to this day does it. She'll be like, does it piss you off more than 6-lane highway?
It was one part of it. It was one part of it. And it wasn't even that bad. It was at 3 a.m. and we walked by fine. I don't know what the problem was.
I mean, okay, so let's kind of like run it back for a second because I want to hear your part from when you left while I was getting tattooed. While we were getting tattooed, my girlfriend and I, we sent Alex out to go to the dispensary that we showed him was like, it was like a 20-minute walk or some shit like that. Like we pulled it up on a GPS and then I sent it to him and he was like, all right, I got this. Be back in an hour. So proceed.
Okay. So you showed me, it was like a 10-minute walk from where we were to this dispensary that was in the area. And I was like, oh shit, I got money, I got time. You guys are getting tattooed. Sure. Let's go get the weed. Wandering out. And I get to where it says it is, and it's this fucking like it was one of those places. It was one of those places where you could get those big like slurpy alcohol things. And I was like, that's not weed. And so I walk up to the lady and I was like, hey, you work here, you obviously know the area. It says there's a dispensary here. What's going on? And she's like, oh no, one of the drug dealers hooked up a thing for Google Maps and says that there's a dispensary here, but it's not. It's just a drug dealer who's got shit set up. And I was like, wild, not what I'm looking for. And so I'm like, okay, whoa, I mean, it's Vegas. Where's the nearest dispensary? And she goes, look up this address. And I was like, Cool.
Yeah, I did notice this in Vegas that a lot of the places were like, yeah, so this guy, he basically runs stuff out of his house and they
Oh,
just linked up with Google Maps and they're just like, yeah, this is a dispensary and that's just perfectly legal there. That's perfectly fine.
no. And so I was like, cool. Don't want to meet this man.
I would have. I would have bought weed laced with Tina. I don't care.
I wasn't trying to die in Vegas. I wanted to make it out of there alive. I didn't want to end up with a tattoo on my face. She's like, here, give this address is like it's the one that I always go to. It's open 24/7. Red. Cool. All right. 27-minute walk.
Not the worst.
I got this.
Not the worst.
I was like, all right, I got this. Walking, jamming. I got both earbuds in. And I get to a stoplight and I'm singing one of the songs from Heathers. I'm just fucking belting it. Keep going. I thought I was alone at this four-way intersection, but I was not. And this man walks by, hands me $1, and continues walking. And I went, I made $1. Light turns green at this 6-lane highway. And I make it halfway across, because I'm walking normal person's pace, not Vegas pace. I make it halfway across before the light turns green again, and I go, oh. And so I'm sitting there at the median watching these cars fucking zooming by, and I'm like, I shouldn't be here, but I'm here. Finally, there's a break, and I run for it. By this point, I remember that I bought new shoes and didn't buy insoles for them. And
now,
my
hang
feet...
Hang on. What kind of shoes did you buy?
I bought like $30 tennis shoes at Walmart.
Because what were you originally going to wear?
Boots. Which would have actually been way more comfy in this situation. I wear steel toes 24. I am wearing steel toes right now.
Why? You don't
because I was outside.
I hate you. I hate you so fucking much.
But anyway, because they're comfy, and I put jellies in them, and they feel like nice when you walk. But anyway, so I am 20 minutes into this 23-minute walk, and I'm like, oh, cool. I'm 3 minutes away, and I look up, and I have to walk along the oncoming 6-lane highway, so the 3 lanes of traffic coming my way. You remember the walk.
I do.
So I didn't know that it was a giant strip club, because at that time it was bright and early and nobody was there. So it was just a giant lot from one end all the way down to where the dispensary was. And I'm going, that's 3 minutes? I finally make it there, and I'm like out of breath.
Yeah, when you get back,
I swear to God. So all right, you remember there was the dispensary that we went to, and like a lot away was like a couple buildings that looked like a couple like shops.
Mm-hmm.
On Google, the place's location is in one of those shops. So I went to the one that was closed, and I opened the door, and I went, that's not supposed to happen. This is an empty store. This door shouldn't be open. So I calmly closed it and continued walking until finally I found, what was it called? Do you remember?
Oh, shit. Which one was it? I don't remember what that dispensary was called, but I remember the one that like we originally were looking at when we got the car was called Cookies. Nope. I don't remember the other one.
Hang on, I have it.
It was something. I don't know, like fucking herbiculture or some shit.
No.
Let me look at my destinations from back in September.
Thrive.
Thrive.
Thrive Cannabis Marketplace.
All I know is they had the all the Mike Tyson shit was sold out, and I was like pissed off. I was like, man,
Bastards. I walked in and I was like, listen, I have $150. Can I have weed? And they went, we got you.
They went, yeah. Have you been here?
And they went, cool. And they filled the bag. And I went, thanks.
The thing that pissed me off the most was when we Ubered back and it was like 8 minutes.
That's because it was nighttime traffic. Do you remember the guy that almost hit me?
I do remember the guy who almost hit you. I do remember that.
Oh man, if I had this much more alcohol in me, I would have punched this hood.
I just remember him like pulling out and hitting the brakes, and you went, "Hey, I'm walking here."
I did.
I was like, "It's not New York, you piece of shit."
I'm walking here.
I do remember though. Hang on, the part that like everybody kind of still remembers is pre-seeing the Cirque du Soleil show, and you went, "Oh, dude, I know exactly where the bathrooms are and how to get out of here." And we went in a giant fucking circle, and you just go, "Huh? We should have turned left." And it's like, where the fuck are we supposed to turn left? So I remember that.
That was out.
Yeah. I also remember when we were watching the Cirque du Soleil show, you were like, "Oh man, should have had some mushrooms or something for this." And then like when the stage like came up and spun like this, and it was like droplets, it was like, "Yeah, we shouldn't have had mushrooms for this. This would have been a little too much."
I was like, oh man, mushrooms would be cool. And then they were in like the stadium behind us, like fucking like jumping around and shit.
Yeah,
and I was like
flipping off the fucking thing and climbing down the poles.
You know what? Maybe it would have been just a little too intense.
They weren't doing this in the musical of fucking American Psycho.
Dude, all right, Gavin, tell me right now, what was that play about?
I never watched it. I've only seen the movie and read the book.
Gavin, the Cirque du Soleil show. What was it about?
Sorry. The Cirque du Soleil show. Hang on. It was about. There was like a person, and then like fell off a boat. I think it was about like, not gentrification, genocide.
Sort of.
Kinda. I don't know.
Okay, so from what I remember, because I only remember up to a certain point, because then there was like a bird involved, and I didn't know how it.
There are certain parts that I wish Gojira was playing, and certain parts I want Sleep was playing. Or like I feel like Mastodon's Blood and Thunder should have started playing when the person was drowning in the fucking thing, and there was like whales like coming through and shit. I was like, yo, Blood and Thunder would have been pretty hard right now.
The whole time we got the Who.
Yeah, we but which isn't that, it's not the worst. It's just like, oh, okay. But
no,
then again,
it was very...
we got some of the better seats.
Yeah, we did.
We did. Like that guy hooked us up. He was like, "Y'all never been to Vegas before? Hold up, hang on. Here's what we're gonna do."
$90 a ticket. Welcome to Vegas. Well,
yeah, right. Hey, welcome to Vegas. What the fuck did you? What did you think that this was going to be a free ride, you dumb cunt?
He basically told us to shut the fuck up.
And we did.
we yeah.
But at the same time, the one part that I want to understand this. What transpired that made you want to go to Denny's and get a steak and eggs?
Because every diner-esque place I ever go to, I get steak and eggs, and it's always fucking banging. Okay, and I figured if I went to a place in fucking Vegas, the food might be a little fucking good.
But it was Denny's. You didn't
Don't
say what the fuck is up, Denny's. And it was
welcome
a
to
steak
Chili.
and eggs. So the fact that you got a steak and eggs and went, this is gross, at a Denny's, and it was like we could have went anywhere in the strip of Vegas to get a steak and eggs, and it probably would have been better. But you and fucking what's her name wanted to get steak and eggs at Denny's.
I tell you what. All of you hated that decision. Nobody hated that decision more than I did because of the adventure that I had on the toilet that evening.
I don't even remember some of the. Okay, I do remember winning chips, and I had 3 chips, and then I lost the 1 chip, and I went, no, I'm walking away. Oh wait, you can't walk away? That's how this works? Oh, like, why don't people do this more often? You should just walk away. You gotta know when to hold them, and know when to fold them, and know when to walk away.
My favorite part of that whole excursion was you were so, like, gone that Ryan tried to take one of the chips, and you were like, come on, man, it's my birthday, like 50 fucking times.
He gave me that fucking chip too.
He did give you that chip back, yes.
But
so you were just like,
at the end of the day.
What?
I had 3 chips at the end of the day. But
remember when I won $120 and then lost it?
Lost it in like 30 seconds? And you looked like that meme with the guy with the cigarette with the fucking.
I tried.
Okay, but
why was Ryan good at every single one of them?
Right? The fuck was up with that? What the fuck was up with that? Where was our luck with that shit? I didn't have that fucking luck. I was fucking SOL'd every goddamn time. It was like you won the first one, and it was always for like $5, and you were like, all right, well, I got $5, now I got $10. Let's double down and do this $20 one. And it was like, now you owe the fucking casino $5. Man. My favorite with you though was the claw machine where you fucking sat and you like did this bullshit where you like fucking eyed up the whole machine and looked like Rain Man for the whole fucking time. And you like were doing like calculations of like, yep. And then you got it. And we were like, what the fuck was that? And then you were like, I'm gonna put it down and I'm gonna get it again. And you went, yeah, I lost. Fucking lost that ball. You like got the gold one, and it like you were like okay, and then you did it again, and it was like slip.
I was so because I got it, and I was like, I am a goddamn madman. I am a genius. I can definitely do it again. Did you see me? Look at that. And then it was like.
And you went.
I went. Oh.
Let's bring it back a little bit. Do you remember almost dying in gunpowder?
Which time?
Now this is pod racing.
Yeah, I tell this story a lot. because it's one of my favorites. What I don't remember what transpired to make us go, yeah, we're just gonna start coasting down this river now. Nothing will happen.
We were kind of just doing it, and then I saw it was getting kind of rough. I don't remember why. Like, I just remember like, oh, just pick your feet up. We're fine. Like, we're good. And I was like, we're not good guys. But like, I do remember that it did start to transpire a little bit. Like, it was starting to get a little choppy at certain points, and that's what I was like. Let me start digging in.
Like, we're getting faster.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, we should probably start digging in a little bit. And then I had a rock, and I look up, and you're just like,
Yo, I thought I broke a rib that day because when we went down,
under
it
the
like
rock,
sucked,
under the rock,
and that one rock was there, and I went like this around it, and I went, and that's where I lost all my breath, and that's where I thought I was gonna die.
Dude, like under that rock, because I was doing what I always was taught when swimming in deep waters was let your breath out slowly. You know, like
Right.
kind of like a couple of bubbles here and there, a couple bubbles here and there. When I got hit on the back from that rock, all my bubbles went away. And I was like, dude, this is it. Like, I can't. There's nothing I can breathe in. There's nothing I can breathe out. Like,
I got like a
this is how I go, my guy.
I got like a fraction of a second where my face was out of the water, and I had like a kind of breath.
I didn't even get that. When I popped up was when I grabbed the rock and basically like manateed over. Yeah, basically it was like, is that Free Willy? And I like fucking flew over onto the fucking land, and I popped up immediately and was like, now that was pod racing.
I was like, oh, where's Gavin?
When I didn't see you, there was a solid like 3-second thought where I was like, fuck, I gotta call mom, and I'm gonna have to explain that yeah, Alex is a no-go. And
what gets me about this story is that we weren't even high. We had no drugs.
No, this was like sober. This was 110% like you and I were just walking in the woods, and then we went into the water. And
it seems to be the trend of every time we get into trouble, we're just like, oh yeah, we're just gonna stay on the trail, and then we get in the water, and then we get in trouble.
Okay, ready? This is not a made-up story. Ready? Because I'm gonna say it. Alex, did you put a fish in Pop's glove compartment?
If I remember correctly, I put a fish in the glove compartment and a fish in the back of the thing.
¿Por qué?
Yeah. I remember the second fish.
I just remember Pop driving and going, why does it smell like a dead fish? Like we washed our hands before getting in this truck. And you went, oh yeah. Out the window on 895, just fucking dead fish.
No, wait, I remember looking over to you and going, Gavin, check the glove box.
Why? Like, who decides, hey, you know where a fish should go? In a glove box. Yep.
I caught it. It was mine.
We were putting them in coolers.
I was under the impression all right, so you know that giant blue Merlin that they have that's like solid? I was under the impression. No, I was under the impression if you just leave them, they get hard like a fucking rock. And so I figured if I just took it home, it would become a trophy.
That's almost as bad as there's no plumbers in Vegas.
Shut the fuck up.
Because there's no pipes. I didn't see pipes.
There's no water, obviously.
There's no pipes. But, so, okay. Top 3, you getting in trouble with pop moments.
Number 1 has to be the dart gun, and it in the glasses.
I forgot about that.
I'll never forget because I ran upstairs and I hid from him under the one mattress on the other mattress. Because remember how there was that deflated mattress, and then there was like that
had like no wooden suspension, but it had still the like the cloth that would like hold onto the box spring, and it kind of dangled. It kind of like just hammocked your body.
And so I jumped under there and I sat, and he came like marching in looking for me, and he was like, "What?" So I think I fell asleep because I remember like being there for a while, and then like later that night I'm just like, "Oh hey Pop," and he's like,
there were certain things that you could do with Pop, and Pop would just kind of be like, "Yeah, no, that makes sense," and then he would just kind of forget what happened and transpired, and just kind of keep watching ESPN.
Number 2 will have to be fucking up the upholstery in the back seat.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
I wanted to see if he'd notice.
You took a box cutter to Pop's brand new leather seats. And we just like
I liked the way that it like cut, and so I just kept doing it.
When I hit it, it streamed really well. It made my tism go brrr.
yeah, pretty much. I don't know if you were there for this one, but I had the rifle, and you know how I like rigged up that thing that had the cans on it that like I didn't have to keep picking them up out back.
Yeah.
And then so I didn't have to keep picking them up.
Like fall back. Yeah.
On the stabilizing horse thing, if you shot a specific spot on the leg, it would bounce all the way back to the garage. Or no, to the but I would I got it so that it would hit Pop.
Why? You're shooting an old man.
But because it would bounce and then like bounce back, and by the time it got to you, it wasn't like lethal anymore. It just like kind of stung, and so
without a shirt on.
Yeah. I only did it like twice. All the other ones kind of hit like around them, like the window. And so you would hear, I'd go, "Oh damn, I missed," and then like a second later, you'd hear clank.
I remember. Okay, I remember certain things with like getting in trouble for like, hey, like we did this and you know we did X, and then Pop would find it like later. Like for instance, do you remember smashing the Etch-a-Sketch and seeing what the silver dust was inside, and you're just like, what is this? And you found out it was mercury.
Yeah.
And Pop would be like, why did you do that? And he's like, I don't know.
I just wanted, aren't you curious? Weren't you? I'm sure you also wanted to know what was behind the screen.
Like,
do you remember
no, go ahead.
when we took apart it was like a toy gun, kind of like this one. We took it apart in half,
Why do you
and
have
we
that?
spray painted it, and we left the 2 gun prints in the carpet in the basement.
I do remember that. And Pop was like, "Why would you spray paint the carpet? Why would you put it on the carpet?"
It was faster.
I also remember Pop used to be like, if you guys were fucking around with the hose and stuff like that, he would go inside and turn it off from the inside. And when we found out which one it was like you couldn't turn it off. There was no turning it off. Like, hey, we're gonna use the hose, the lids of the trash can, and this baseball bat, and we're gonna get rid of the bees inside of the fucking swing set in the backyard. Because that just sounds like a smart idea. We fought bees.
We fought bees. Nothing gets me like whenever I'll just casually remember just to the fucking bee when I took the baseball bat to him.
Yes, because like they would come and you would swat and you could hear them go.
Got one.
Yeah. And that was when we learned that we were not allergic to bees at all.
No.
We got stung a lot.
We did.
Hey, don't walk down this way.
Do what? What's this way? Ow. Ow.
I said, don't walk this way. We had like a fucking hornet's nest that lived underground. It was fucking weird.
It wasn't you were mowing
the lawn. Yeah. I don't remember what we were doing, whether it was like mowing the lawn or like we were doing yard work. But
yeah, no, I remember you were mowing the lawn because you called the house phone and you went, "Hey, bring me a water outside." And I went, "Okay." And I hung up and I came outside and then you went, "Oh," and I went, "What?" And then I got stung.
I wasn't loud, but I was like, "Hey, I was outside next to the neighbor's house. Like, hey, don't walk this way." Fucking sting. But like there's certain
fuckers
things
me like under the pant leg.
There's certain things that like I say that I did to you that got me in trouble, but like it was like not that we did it on purpose or like intentionally. It was just that you were kind of like the brunt of like the end of like the end result kind of things.
You mean like blue trap?
No. Kinda. More or less
Yeah.
When, it was like, I bet you can't jump from this ottoman to the fucking sofa.
Fuck you. Yeah, I can.
And, a hospital trip later and your arm getting fucking put back in socket.
No, because apparently you don't remember either. We weren't jumping from couch to couch. We were jumping off the couch onto a pile of clothes. And we were landing on it, and it was fine. And then you moved. You grabbed and hugged and moved the pile of clothes. And I went, "Oh no." And I tried to mid-air move with the clothes, but that is not how physics works. And so instead of doing this, I did this, and I landed on my shoulder, and I popped it.
I don't remember moving it, but I also, like that doesn't surprise me because there was that one time when you were taking a bits and I walked in and I just spun you. And you're like, no. I just remember, no. And,
oh man.
Why is it wet everywhere?
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Or, you know, like dressing up in a red Winnie the Pooh blanket and a skeleton t-shirt right after seeing the village and legitimately scaring the shit out of you.
100% did shit myself. However, I was on the toilet. So,
The point is, I scared the shit out of you.
it wasn't fair. I was like 5.
Also, like, let's be real here. Mom should not have taken us to go see the village or whatever the fuck that movie was called.
What was that? What did she think was gonna happen when she took me to a horror movie?
I mean, like, that's, but at least, like, let's play this game. There's, Mom, at least when she would take us to the movies, she would go, like, oh, here's, like, movie villages. Yeah, well, but she would also be like, here's, like, movie you know, imagery and shit. She would be like for the Mummy, remember how, like, Mom was like, oh, like, see, the guy's just rolling his eyes this way, the guy didn't really take his eyes out, and then they CGI'd it, the blah blah blah. So at least Mom was like, explain, like, hey, don't get too worked up about this, you know. Meanwhile, you got people like Pop who's like, you want to watch a fish movie and then show me Jaws at like 4, and I'm just like, oh my God. And then they were like, all right, get some rest, pal, because we're going to Ocean City tomorrow. And you're like, oh my God.
Who likes clowns? Let's show out it.
Yeah. It's fine. It's just a movie about a clown. It's fine.
It's not just a movie about a clown.
Stop itching. You guys stop that itching.
Yeah. She's going to be out.
That's the worst, dude. You just hear fucking like, and you're like, stop it. Just stop it.
So my cat will sleep next to our like heads. And so we hear when she wakes up and goes, like, starts grooming herself, we hear them. We're like, will you fucking go somewhere else with that?
So, all right. Movies that Pop bought us that we should not have watched, starting with that one that was basically a snuff film where the guy was skinning and eating his fucking victims.
I wish on like my life that I could remember what that movie was called.
I mean, at least we found, what was it, drive-in or drive-through or whatever it was, the drive-through. Yeah, at least we found that one. That one we needed to find, because it was like, you got to understand, like, this was like the stupidest movie in the world, but it had one of the greatest openings and intros to any fucking movie that has ever existed.
What else? What other movies did we watch?
Well, we watched The Lost Boys, but
that wasn't that bad.
No,
that was
Lost Boys like, is one of those movies that you're like watching it and you're like, okay, it's a vampire movie, okay, and then you watch it and it's like, okay, this is like a coming of age movie, actually. Like, you know, this is definitely a Schumacher film. And then Kiefer Sutherland opens that dude's fucking head up, and then you go, oh yeah, that's right, this is still a vampire movie. Oh yeah, that's right.
We watched that movie on mushrooms, didn't we?
I think so. Didn't we? Was that pre or post when we was that at the where was that? That was at Pop's house, right?
Yeah, it was. We were in my mom's old room, and it was prior to when Caroline came over, and I like was.
Yep, I do remember.
Nobody fucking ruin it.
I do remember that, but I also wasn't that also the same weekend where you watched The Conjuring. Zeros, don't look up.
that was
way back. Yeah. But like, I was just saying, like, that was kind of funny. But okay, have you watched a movie that has actually scared you in like the past couple years? Made you like actually jump?
Nope.
No.
I've had a video do it.
You what?
I've had a video game do it.
I mean, I can understand that. I've had video games do that shit too. But I haven't watched a movie that has like legitimately scared me since I don't know, since I was like a kid. I do remember certain movies like fucked with me in a way where I would be like, I don't like that. Like American Horror Story, where the little girl was under the porch.
God damn it. God damn it. Every time I forget about that, it is reminded.
It was like, why did we need to see that?
Every time, dude. Like every flashback.
It was like after that scene, every intro to that show moving forward would be like, it would be like previously on Flash, and then you'd be like, really?
Bruh.
I literally just got that out of my fucking head.
But no, do you remember Fear Itself?
I remember certain things from that, like the System of a Down song that was like the intro for it.
Yeah.
And I remember like some of the skits, like I remember and then he was like, "Let me in," and it was like, whoa, wait, what did he say? Repeat that again.
One more time.
Don't brandish that. We're gonna get fucking like.
It's fake. It's plastic. Look at it.
The point is,
you're gonna get demonetized.
We're gonna get an email from fucking YouTube that's like, "Hey, buddy, why don't we not?" And I'm gonna go,
little darts.
I get it. This is what makes you infamous. The fact that you're wearing the same shirt that you wore in the desert.
Yeah?
You don't wear thermals in the desert, my friend.
This isn't a thermal. It's literally just a t-shirt.
But it's got the 3 buttons like a thermal.
It doesn't even have buttons.
It looks like it has buttons. I can't tell. Is that a V-neck?
You're a V-neck.
I can't wear V-necks. Shows too much in my fucking chest hair that's linked to my my beard.
Literally, this circle right here is like trimmed.
They do that to the back of my neck.
Dude,
I have you, and I always feel stupid taking my shirt off.
That's why I don't.
You and I'm always like, please don't. Please stop. For the love of
God,
I would really like it if you didn't.
Tear my back at this point because like you're fucking my shit up.
What did you get sprayed in the eye with that made you have a sty that we called you a monster for a week?
Fantastic.
Okay, because I was like, I think it was Kaboom Foam-tastic, but I could be wrong.
No, it was fantastic. And then Mom switched us to Fabulous or Fabuloso or whatever it was.
Yeah, I remember that. So Mom brought that up the other day, and she was like, "Yeah, I don't know whether it was like dirt that was under my nails. Like, you remember when Alex had a sty, like because he scratched himself?" And I was like, "Oh, you still think he scratched himself?" And she was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "No, that's not what happened. I fucking straight up domed him with some like Kaboom Foam-tastic. I don't remember if it was Kaboom Foam-tastic or not. I gotta ask him."
Didn't I got you with like bleach?
Yeah,
I like went up to you and like, and that's you got a gray patch.
Yeah, that's why I had that one spot, and I had to tell Mom it was because I poured fucking peroxide on it because I had a cut on it.
Yeah, because that's how that works.
Yeah, I know, right? Because fucking physics. Thank God our parents were not fucking like super smart. We could kind of, and even if they knew, they at least.
I'm absolutely sure you went. Yeah, okay.
I feel like Don kind of hit us with the whatever. Hey, Dad.
What kind of mood are you in?
The best was as soon as he does the thing and he shoots and he went, "Get the fuck out of my sight." I was already like on my way to the basement and I was like, "Yep, got it."
What got me is that we spent all that time getting our homework dry, and then he squirts it and it shoots the homework again.
It was like, you know what? At least he did it. The worst was that fucking dog, Altar.
Altar!
When Altar had the shits and
clean it up at like 6 o'clock in the morning every fucking morning for whatever
right?
god reason.
Why? And the dog was so bad. And it was like, and mom would say things like, "Oh, you know, it was because you guys weren't watching him." It was like, what do you mean? We were downstairs in the basement with the fucking dog, and the dog would look at us and be like, "Hey, you know, it'd be really cool if I shit right here." But the one part that kind of gets me is
he was like ham banana.
Watch Aqua Teen Hunger Force if you don't know what we're talking about. But he had to, it was the same morning where I had to fucking throw him in your room like frag out, and he just fucking shit everywhere.
Hey buddy, I'm sorry I have to do this for the work. I gotta go to school. I gotta go to the bus. Bye.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I hit the bus, bud.
it's that picture of Dr. Phil, and he's just like
the one that gets me though is that same day I had some books on the floor and homeboy shit on some of those books and I like rinsed it off, but I opened it up and my homework was in the book. No, that too. I immediately left my book in class moving forward.
What smells like dog shit?
It was like, you gave me a dog shit book. But I remember when I opened it up, my homework was in that page, and there was like at the end of like the letter or like the paper, like right there, it was like just diarrhea, like still there, like just hard brown, right? No, I'm worse. They were like, all right, everybody in the back, hand your homework's up forward. So I put mine in between the two and just like kept handing it forward. And I feel so bad for that teacher who was going through and was like, is this dirt? Is this mud? Is this... Oh! Oh!
Oh, man. Oh, no!
Oh, I smelled it too good and it got in my mouth. Ah! Okay, so I think because of us being dirty little fucking dirt merchants, that's why hand sanitizer became a thing. Because I don't remember hand sanitizer being a thing until 2006.
Facts. It wasn't like...
I think it was because we were just like there, grimy. But... like people like us were just kind of grimy. Like we weren't trying to be. We were just dirty.
It was like right after the swine flu.
That's right. The swine flu did come back around.
And then it was like, squirt, here you go. Mom was obsessed with it because
like
it would clean
fucking bottles in her goddamn purse.
Yep, along with gum that tasted like fucking battery acid.
Oh, kill me.
Oh man.
I hated that so much. Ever since that, I never accepted gum from my mom. Swear to Christ.
No more ice.
Ever since she handed me that one piece of gum in the movie theater, I immediately had to let it come out. Like it was like all this fucking drool and like whatever was just Alex, you gotta help me.
What am I supposed to do?
You're like 6. I don't know what to do. He's dying. My favorite though was, okay, fine. If you don't want to see this movie, what movie do you want to see? I don't know. Ghost Rider. Fine. And then you were like, can I get... No, you're seeing Bridge to Terabithia. Okay.
Tell you what, that movie wasn't that bad.
That rope, though. I didn't see Bridge to Terabithia until I was like 19, 20.
It's okay. I didn't need to see it. Nobody ever needs to see it.
I didn't need to see Ghost Rider with fucking Nicolas Cage, but that was like the only thing that was out at that time, and I was not seeing Bridge to Terabithia with my mom. Just like when she was like, we're going to go see all of the Chronicles and Narnia movies. And even then she was like, who's that? And we're like, I don't know. We've never seen this movie. And she's like, yeah, but she's like the bad guy, right? But I don't know.
That's you took us
to
see this movie.
Worst movie you ever watched with my mom? I'll go first.
Golden Compass.
I'm sorry, what?
The Golden Compass.
Oh, it was with the polar bear?
Yeah, with the polar bear and like the
I don't remember anything. I have no clue what the fuck was about that. I just know it was like an anti-religion movie, but that's about it. That's the only thing
my mom did not like that movie, let me tell you.
Okay. I got two. Now because I don't know. It's a hard coin toss. On one hand, I saw The Wolf of Wall Street with her. Have you ever seen Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched it with Dad and Mom.
First 5 minutes where he's snorting coke out of the prostitute's asshole.
Yep.
I was like, that happened, and I'm like, oh shit, this is the kind of movie we're in for. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh, I literally didn't look at my mom the whole fucking movie.
Buddy, it had Jonah Hill in it. Like, what did you expect?
Well, the thing is like I wanted to see it because I like Martin Scorsese films, and she wanted to see it because she likes Leo. So I was like, let's go and fucking do this. But the other one was when a little movie called Rob Zombie's Halloween came out.
Why?
So
why did she want to see that?
This is what happened. We went, and she was going to go see another movie. I was going to go see Halloween. She bought the separate tickets. When we handed the tickets over, the guy was like, I need to see your ID. And I was like, well, I have my high school ID. I'm only 16. And they were like, we can't let you in because the theatrical cut was NC-17.
Oh, no.
And I was like, oh. So my mom was like, you know what? That's fine. She got her money back for the ticket. And she was like, I'll just swap tickets, right? So she came in and saw this movie with me. In the theatrical scene, there is a hard rape scene.
Yikes.
Of and anyway, so my mom is watching this movie. She says no words, not a single fucking thing. She is quiet the whole movie. We left. We get in the car. She starts the car up, and we're like pulling out of the drive or out of like where White Marsh is.
Yeah.
And she turns the radio down a little bit and goes, "Who made that movie?" And it was like this guy named Rob Zombie. And she rolls her window down and goes, "That motherfucker needs Jesus." Turns the fucking music back up, and we drove home in silence the whole time. And I went, oh no.
Oh man.
So yeah.
Do you remember the debacle that when Mom tried to take me to see Brokeback Mountain, but Mom wouldn't let her?
No. I can assume why. You know, mom was probably like, you know, I understand, but like, no. And my mom went, but it's a cowboy movie. But my favorite was after her seeing Brokeback Mountain. My mom was like, this was a bad movie. It was such a bad movie.
Yeah.
And it was like, what? Why would you? Of course it's a bad fucking movie. Like, or at least in your fucking point of view, it's a bad movie.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, she I don't think she knew what she was getting into for that one.
She definitely was one of those like, oh, yeah, I don't. It's about cowboys, right?
For that.
I also hated watching movies that would end up having stupid sex scenes in them. Like, and it would be like, why does there even need to be a sex scene in this? There didn't need to be one. There didn't need to be one. Like, I remember, I don't remember what movie it was, but there was something that was like Perfect Storm. There's like a weird, it's not a sex scene, but it's like, it gets really intimate between like fucking Mark Wahlberg and some other bitch. I don't fucking know.
I don't want to see a movie where you get down and dirty with Mark Wahlberg.
You don't ever want to see Boogie Nights. But anyway, like there's like that scene in that, and I was just like, oh, like this is kind of gross. But I remember that movie specifically because Pop, he was like, this isn't what fishermen do. Like he was consistent. He was just like, that's not what fishermen do. Nope. That's kind of true, but not really. I can tie a better knot than that. Like he was doing a lot of shit like that, and I was just like, okay,
Pop.
What movie? Here's one for you. What movie did we were like, fuck this movie, and we went out and played the fucking arcade for like an hour, and we were like, oh shit, the movie, and we ran back, and we were like, we had to poop.
Fuck, what movie was that?
I don't remember. There was a
movie. No, we don't remember because we didn't fucking watch it.
There was a movie in which my mom took us to go see, and we were like, hey, can we have some money for like soda or whatever? And we left and we went and played the arcade, and then when we came back, we were like, oh, like Alex had to poop or whatever the fuck it was, and like we made up like a whole fucking lie about it. And then she was like, where's the drinks? Oh, we ate it all.
We ate it.
We ate it while you're pooping? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I forever have that, like, are you those two boys that been whacking off in my tool shed that like that like really quick, like hey. That lives in my head rent free. So have you built anything recently that is like, or at your job, has there been any sort of like, oh, let me, rig this together. It's probably not going to pass inspection, but fuck it. It's passing what I'm doing.
Okay, so I did this heater. I install water heaters. And I did this one that was in like a basement crawl space. It wasn't in like an actual basement. I was like 50 inches of like space between ceiling and floor, and I had to get a water heater in there. And so I finally fucking got the heater in there, got it set up, got it in place. Took like 2 hours to just fucking finally get this bullshit in place. I get the copper done, soldered it together, cool. Burnt myself right here. I get the gas work together, get it done, cool, tighten it, done. I'm doing the vent, and the venting, it has to be either straight or it has to go like this has to be the heater and this has to be like where the chimney is. There you can't have it go like that. It's called a backdraft, and it'll let carbon monoxide in the house. I had to pick a code to break. I either had to have it backdraft, or I had to have the vent within 6 inches of a combustible material. And so I chose to have the vent within 6 inches of combustible material. Because the likelihood of that causing a fire was way less likely than it was for anything like, because the backdraft would have definitely caused a CO2 leak.
Yes.
And there's like a 10% chance that something might get singed, maybe. Because like the venting had to go back, over, and then up into a thing. But when it went over a floor truss thing, and it's all wooden, and so that's like not allowed. But it was either that or cause a CO2 leak. So I did that, and I haven't gotten a callback about that inspection yet. So either they didn't file for the inspection, or they passed it. So
YOLO.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm not the one that's got to go back to it, so I don't care.
I mean, I get that until you do have to go back to it, and it's like, yeah, this guy's house burned down.
Sucks. I wonder what happened.
Like, there was a backdraft, or there was a combustible leak from a vent. Oh wait, so that 0.30% chance actually happened? Get the fuck out of here!
No, damn. How about that?
I mean, I get that because like when we were building the warehouse at my job, there were certain things that I was like, that's not up to code. Like, I know for a fact that that's not a thing.
Not up to code.
Like, for instance, there's a part of my warehouse of where the sprinkler system is.
Oof.
It has a 4-inch hang, or a 4-foot hang.
Hmm.
They built my racks 10 feet from the bottom. I have a 1.5-foot clearance for my top rack. And I was like, and they were like, oh, why aren't you utilizing your top rack? And I was like, I utilize it for single pallets. Like, if they're in the way, I'll put one pallet up at the top and just be like, all right, that's the one that we're getting. And they also didn't, so when they built all of that, they didn't drill the fucking things into the ground properly. Like, you're supposed to have like all 4 like concrete screws in. They were like, yeah, just one works.
That'll do it.
That'll do it. So I was like, all right, whatever. And they built the thing over the AC unit or the heater, like the thermostats. So I was like, oh, I can't wait for like a long pallet to come and just smash that, and it just be like 80 degrees in here at all times.
Oh,
so there's a lot of things that I started like jimmy rigging. Like, I had to take apart certain shelving and make shift like areas, because they were like, yeah, we're just gonna put shit in here now. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, they showed me, like, they sent a fucking 52-foot semi that had 100 and something windows and doors, all singularly packaged in this fucking semi. So we all had to like one at a time. And I'm like, yeah, I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, how am I supposed to get these out of the way? And I started to like kind of stack them. And then I looked, and there's a big, it has a yellow sticker that says, do not stack.
Not stack.
And I was like, oh. So I immediately put them back up, and I was like, so I can't put them on anything and move them around. I have 2 legitimate garden windows in my warehouse, just like for an entire like green room, like that whole wall plus windows is what I have in there. Like basically take all of the windows and the walls of where Gary and Rick sit, and that is what I have in my fucking warehouse. And you want to know what they put it on? Moving rolling dollies, and they went, it's mobile.
It'll be fine.
It takes me a running start to get it to move like a fucking foot because it's so heavy. It just kind of like goes like I have to push and then run and grab the other end because it swivels, and then I gotta like hit that side so it like stays straight, and then it goes a little to the left, and I gotta run around and hit that side, and then it kind of just goes, and I'm like, oh man.
That's like a two-person job.
Yeah, I have explained that multiple fucking times, and they're just like, yeah, this is a two-person job. They literally have said, yeah, this is a two-person job. And I go like, yeah. And they go, yep.
Yeah, they do that about installing water heaters. They're like, oh yeah, it's absolutely a two-person job. You got it.
And I'm like, okay. So I've been taking like actually starting tomorrow, I got a couple of things I gotta fill out, but I got I'm taking a bunch of those things that like mom took, those like IT like certifications. They're only like they're not as bad as I thought they were going to be. You take like a week class, and then you take the test. You pay $100, you get your certificate, and that's it. So I was like, you know what? I might do this. So I'm going to do like a couple of these tests, get some certifications, and then I'm going to start applying for work from home jobs.
Because that's where it's at.
Why? Why would I need to go into a fucking like building? Why?
That's what John does. He's only out right now because he was out for a while, and so he's got to go get like paperwork filled out. But no, his shit's set up right over there. He just plugs in.
What does he do?
He sells, like, if a company needs like 20 laptops or something, he sources those laptops and sells them to the company.
Okay. Does he have any certifications or anything like that?
I think so, but I think I think all the licenses and whatnot that are required for his job are all under the company, and he just works under those licenses.
Okay. I mean, that makes a little bit more sense. I'm trying to like find a couple of these jobs because some of these jobs, like, they're also located like in like some of them that Caroline and I have been looking at. They're like in California and Vegas, and I'm like, yes. Just not California. I'm not really trying to live in California.
You don't need California. Like live in like
no. The point is like because it's on their time, I wouldn't have to start like work until like now. You know what I mean? Like I could wake up at like a decent time, get myself together, and because they're 4 hours or 3 hours behind us, like their 6 a.m. is our fucking like I think 10 o'clock. Yeah. So it's like that's why I've been kind of applying for them. Not the fact that I want to live out in California or anything like that. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to live in Maryland, but I don't want to live in California. There's only one area in California I would live, but nobody knows about it. And it's basically take Las Vegas, get rid of all of the casinos, and instead of casinos, make it kind of like music-esque pubs and art, like kind of it's like a very artsy kind of town where people like paint and draw and do music and stuff, and there's a lot of like hipster breweries and shit like that. But it's this place called Palm Desert Springs, and it's basically a town. Like they have everything in this town, but it's smack dab in the middle of the fucking Mojave Desert. And I was like, yes, that's what I want. Because something about the desert definitely was like, I could do this.
It was weird how it was like hot as shit,
but you could wear like jeans and a long sleeve shirt.
Yeah. It was insane. Like I thought I was going to be miserable. I was kind of
like hot.
I was kind of dreading like going into the desert, but I was like, this is what Gavin wants to do. It's his birthday. We're going to do it. And then we got out there and I was like, oh shit, this is like
This is
Nice.
fine. This is like the weather that I was like, this is kind of the weather that I want. Like all the time.
Like,
where it's like you can wear short sleeves, you can wear long sleeves, you can wear like jackets, you can wear hoodies.
it wasn't humid as
Yeah.
Matt would say.
Yeah. Oh, the humidity. I swear to God, Matthew, if you say humid one more time, I'll kick you out of this box truck. That's
really
another
were kidding
thing.
about that 25 miles an hour.
Fucking upcycle. That's what I feel like this company is that I work for is basically
His upcycle 2.0.
Yeah, but at least like this company pays me on time.
That's
And this company says it has medical, but I have yet to get my fucking medical card. Whatever. But the company I work for, like they do a lot of the same shit that Upcycle would do. Like they bought a box truck and they didn't know that like you needed like licenses and shit like that to drive a box truck. They were like, wait, you need to get a DOT? What the fuck is that? Is that like a CDL? You gotta go to college? And I was like, no, like I can do this, but like you just gotta give me the reins to some of this. So like we would go and we would get all this shit done, and then like all of these problems would arise. Like they gave me a box truck that is 14 and a half, maybe 15 feet tall, and it's 260,000 pounds or 2,600 pounds or some shit like that.
Can't drive over no.
You can't go over bridges. You can't go in certain areas. And they go, hey, I need you to deliver shit to this area. And I'm like, well, that's in fucking Silver Spring. I can't bring my box truck on those roads. And they go, oh, you'll be fine. So I do this. I just take the box truck and I'm like, you know what? If they want $600 tickets every fucking delivery trip, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. And you know what?
Fine. Like, fuck it. Fuck it.
I was like, you know what? If you're going to play this game of like, you're not going to listen to me. So that's why when they were like, I sent you that Snapchat the other day where it was like, they were like, oh, you can't throw away solar tiles unless they're broken. And I stacked them all up, and I immediately went to run them over with the forklift, but they didn't shatter. Like I went over them with the forklift, and they just didn't shatter. So I put my forklift up, and I jousted those motherfuckers. I stood them all, like instead of having them flat, I made sure that they all stood up like a house of cards. And I just ran that shit through it. And I was like, yeah, they all look broken to me.
Christ.
Because fuck them. What are they going to do? Fucking outsource more of their money?
What are you doing?
That's kind of my motto. Like, there's somebody who said something that I was like, I get it. Every time I start a job, I immediately think about how I'm going to quit this job. And I was like, dude, I felt that so hard. Because same. Every job I start, I'm always like, all right, this is going to be a 2-week notice type deal. And then the longer I go, then it turns into like places like Tesla. And I play the game of like, hey, I'm going to leave if things don't fucking get better because I found a new job. And they said, oh, no, you won't. And then I just left and I went to a new job and they went, oh my God, he was serious.
Holy shit. He did it. What a madman.
Yeah. So like what? But that's kind of the stuff that I'm always like, no, it's just a job. What are you going to do? You're going to fire me? You're going to find some poor schmuck that's going to look at this warehouse and go, wait, I got to do this by myself? So yeah, no, fuck all that. But going back to Upcycle, do you remember the school that we had to go to where all the shit was in the basement and it was like in a weird like torture dungeon basement?
Yeah, I remember. I remember that one specifically because of the location and because I was the most tired I had ever been working. Because we woke up at like 6:30 and we were like, yeah, we gotta go. And I was like, huh?
I remember picking you up and you gave me a fucking like egg sandwich, and you're like, Pop made you an egg sandwich.
Because he made them in the fucking microwave, like as I was waking up.
He was just like, I just remember you had it, and you were like, here, Pop gave you this. And I was like, what is this? It's an egg sandwich. Pop made you an egg sandwich.
It was a pretty good egg sandwich.
It was a good egg sandwich. I'm not gonna lie. But I remember that specifically because I had to go to that school at this new company because I had to drop stuff off to them for their solar roof project that they're doing for their greenhouse.
I see.
So I went there and I was like, I know this. Like, because they were like, yeah, it says you can bring a box truck through these areas. And I was like, all right. So I'm driving through it. And
I've been here.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, no, you can drive box truck through all this. So I was like, yeah, I like this seems very familiar, blah, 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 blah. I finally get there. And yeah, they were like, I was like, oh shit, this is that fucking place. And I didn't notice anybody there. But when they were like, yeah, you got to bring the box truck around this area and like loop it around, I was looping around and I saw like the dreaded basement building. And I was like, I know exactly where we are. And I'm only going to be here for 5 minutes. I feel like if I stay here any longer, my phone's going to ring and I'm going to go hello. And it's going to be like, hey, this is Mark. Can you get the stuff out of the basement? Dude, and that's what this company does. This company will do that shit. It'll be like, hey, can you drop this shit off? I'll drop it off, and they'll be like, "Oh, since you're there, also, can you pick up the shit that's out on the fucking like sidewalk?" And I'm like, "No, I don't want to. I don't want to. No.
How about no?
You crazy Dutch bastard." But like, I don't know. I just working from home. I feel like will be a little bit easier in a way of like not the fact that it's like working from home. But like if I wanted to have a kid or if like we wanted to move and have a house, I have like an ability to be like, hey, I'm here. I can deal with my house. There's no like, oh, I got to leave for a long period of time, 8 hours a day.
Yeah. I wish I could work from home, but unfortunately, my work is other people's homes. So
I get that. But I'm just saying, like, you know, get some certifications in your plate. Just saying.
Time.
But that's the. I also like the fact that like working from home is one of those things that like you can do. Like
right?
it's like after COVID, it was like, oh, like this is a thing. Oh wait,
yeah.
this is a thing.
In fact, all of these jobs can actually be done from home. It's cool.
Yeah, like when I was working from Tesla, like for Tesla, and they were like, "Yeah, you can like also do this from home and access this and stuff like that." I was like, "Well, then why do I need to come in then? I don't want to come in." I'm like, no.
Yeah, fucks.
Like that was kind of like the stupidest like shit in the world, but you know. So is working at Amazon. I don't think I would ever go back to Amazon.
Nope. I literally when I got fired from my last job, John's mom was like, "Hey, you know, Amazon's always hiring," and I was like, "I know. I wonder why."
You should have said, "So is McDonald's," but I'm not going there either.
Fuck that.
Like, if I was going to go into any sort of like food stuff, it would be something like, you know, Noodles and Company or something where it's like not as hustly, bustly kind of bullshit.
I'd go back if I had to do a food thing, I'd go back to working at Dunkin' because it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't, yeah, like I wouldn't work for Starbucks.
Fuck that. Fuck working for Starbucks.
And it's not that I don't want to work for Starbucks. It's more the fact that like Starbucks, when I did work with them, they put me on the worst fucking shift, which was like I had to be there like 5:45 in the morning or some stupid shit, or like 4:40. Yeah, like I had to open, and like their door is open at like 5:30 or 5:15. And the fact that motherfuckers were just like, I am a coffee black, and I'm just like, I want to kill you, black.
So Monday Black?
Yeah, like no, it was just like But I hated their like the fact that like morning people, and I think that kind of like rubbed onto me. I really
Yeah.
do. I feel like when I was working in the AM and like hearing people just like be pissed off in the morning, I would like match their energy and be like, "Here's your fucking coffee, bitch. $5.62. That's why I'm paying $5.62. It could be $1.99 at Dunkin', you stupid piece of shit." Like, fuck off.
No. I always just I got really overwhelmed really quickly because a lot of people are very specific on how they want their fucking coffee at
Yeah, that's
Starbucks.
another thing. At Starbucks, people are always like, "Yeah, this is what we do here." And you're like, "No, fuck that."
You know, at Dunkin', you get people who are like, "Hey, I want a large 3 cream, 5 sugar," and you're like, "Gotcha, bud." Dunkin' was one of those jobs that like a week in, you could start coming in high and still completely fulfilling your tasks.
Yeah, that was kind of how it was for whatchamacallit, like Amazon. Amazon,
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna lie, like
would
I would go into my car, fucking get blazed, go into Amazon, fucking pack some shit, pack some shit, pack some shit.
I would also like I would leave the building. I'd be like, "Hey, can I use the bathroom?" And they'd be like, "Yeah, sure." And I would like walk out to my car or John's car and smoke and then come back.
I hated the fact that they like you had to clock out, but like your shit, like as soon as you hit the like the thing, they wanted you to clock out at that like the little thing that you see in your like badge. And it was like that's what they wanted you to, and they wanted you to clock out at the nearest one of those. But it took you like 25 minutes to walk out of the goddamn building, so half of your fucking break was like trying to go outside.
Yep. They when I worked there when COVID first like hit.
Mm-hmm.
So they had a lot of systems that were like hands free, and one of them was you could clock in and out on your phone.
Yes, I remember that.
And so I was like, yes. And so I would clock out like when I got to the end of the building.
Yeah, it was kind of shitty because like I would always be like, dude, like I can't even like eat anything. I only got like 10 minutes left.
I think they had like shit.
Yeah, their vending machines were like candy. And I was like, I don't want your candy. And it was like, well, you can also have like subs. And I was like, I don't want your subs.
Candy is for like when you're done and you're going home and you're like, I want like a Reese's peanut butter cup. That's when you get that shit.
I never hit their vending machine at all. Not once. The only thing I ever did was I left my phone in the back of a tractor trailer and I watched on Find My Friends, watched my phone go all the way to Boston, Massachusetts.
Nice.
I had to show that because I was like, they were like, what happened to your phone? Like, is it broken? Like, we got to like redo. And I was like, no, it's no longer in the state if you want to see. And they were like, can you push like get it mailed back? And I was like, if it was with somebody I knew, yeah, but it's on the back of a tractor trailer and now it's in a warehouse and it's probably going to be with somebody's fucking like Amazon package sometime soon.
No, when I worked for the Staples warehouse.
I remember when you were working at the Staples warehouse.
Capstone was what it was called. They had a similar like kitchen setup kind of thing where like it wasn't like a kitchen, but like it had like a fridge and it had like microwavable burgers and shit, and you could like you scanned it and you bought it and you ate it. And they were shit. They were bad. They were the absolute worst. They were like Bristol High School.
That just sounds like garbage.
Terrible. It was terrible. But I did it every day because it was the only thing I could eat because they didn't let you leave the building to go to the Wawa across the street.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It was a Sheetz.
Ew. It's even worse.
Yo, all right. Don't knock Sheetz fries. I would go there and I get like a bucket of fries and like some ranch, and I would just because it was so fucking good.
I've never had their fries, nor do I dip ranch with fries.
What, you fucking coward?
No, I don't even dip it in ketchup too often. I just got to eat my fries now. I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna eat these.
I got a honey mustard kick recently.
Honey mustard is good. Honey mustard is good. Do you like honey
Don't you say
mustard or do you like honey mustard?
Is it more honey or more mustard?
I mean,
Mom,
it does have a difference. It does have a difference.
Yeah, I know, but you had to say it everywhere.
I know. Yeah. I will say this though. My favorite thing about my favorite honey mustard is McDonald's honey mustard and the little like thingy. If you get McDonald's honey mustard, not bad. Really not bad. I also really like I think it's Burger King.
I can't do Burger King. It fucking speed bags my stomach. I can't do Burger King.
It's the same thing as like McDonald's though.
Yeah, but it's like something about it. I just can't. Like I can eat
Whopper.
What?
Get the Impossible Whopper.
No, because it's like worse than the regular Whopper.
It tastes like shit, but people are gonna buy them. No, honestly, it tastes just like a fucking Whopper for real. But it's like there's something about it where you're like, this isn't a Whopper, but it is a Whopper. I think it's because it's they cook it on the same fucking grill. But the honey mustard,
it's literally just a Whopper with like a single ingredient changed and nobody knows.
It's a plant-based Whopper.
No, it's not.
Maybe. But the honey mustard that I've been fucking with recently is Red Robin's. They have shut up. They have honey mustard, and they also have something called a campfire mayo.
Is it spicy?
You would think it's not. Or it has like a spice, but it's not spicy. That makes sense.
I see.
Yeah. So
I don't like spicy food. So
you don't like spicy? I mean, I don't like what happens at the end, but I like the flavor.
I don't know because I don't like to hurt when I'm eating. I don't like to take a bite of something and it's like fighting me back. Like, bitch, let me eat my food.
Well, I get that, but like I don't go like fucking like extreme fire buffalo, like like what are those like the blazing fucking wings or anything like that. But like a good mango habanero is pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey,
eat this.
Yeah, dude, fuck that. Like, what was were you there when we had the chicken wings that we got at the mall and somebody like had them and they were like the hottest wings in the fucking world?
I remember.
And they were like the hottest fucking wings that we had ever gotten. And Pop just like ate them. Pop was just
he was like, "Oh yeah, it's fine." He
was like,
but like his taste buds didn't exist. He drank literal Natty Light every day.
He
like
did
it was
ruin
water.
His entire existence by yes.
Like it was water.
But yeah, like that was like kind of the shit. It was just a lot of dumb shit like that where it was like we would have spicy food, but it was like Dad would make like I don't know, blazing fucking kill your entire fucking existence hot wings.
Okay, in his defense, you literally told him his other hot wings weren't hot.
But that was like the point. It was like they weren't hot. They were like they were like they had some spice, but they weren't hot. That was a good thing. Like it was more like a positive thing. Like they're not hot. Not everything's a challenge, Sean. Relax. It's not 1980 anymore. The Russians aren't coming to take it over.
Listen.
Well, they might be. Hang on.
Facts. All right. Let's not speak too soon here.
Take a second.
No, what was I going? Do you remember walking out of the mall to the Subaru and there was like chicken wings and like a burger like on your tire?
Yeah, I didn't like that. Was not a
And
fan.
fucking Jesse was like, I'm gonna eat the wings. We were like, don't eat the wings. He
Yeah,
goes, I'm eating
Amy's just like,
the
I'm
wings.
gonna eat the wings. Don't eat the wings. But
I'm
like
eating
don't.
them.
Yeah, it was like, what are you doing, you stupid piece of shit? But like, I don't know.
Gavin, there's a seagull on the roof. Why is there a seagull on the roof? I put some potatoes up there.
Was that you or him?
It was him.
He like put enough. Yeah, he put like a whole fucking thing of potatoes on my goddamn roof while we were in like a Marshall parking lot, and like all these seagulls just swarmed my fucking car. I was like, "Are you serious, dude?" It was funny as shit. Don't get me wrong. Like, don't get me wrong. It was funny as fuck, but I was like a little intimidated to get out of the fucking car. I was like, dude, I don't want them to like swarm into my car or some shit like that, and I gotta fucking like wrestle a fucking seagull to get out of my fucking Outback.
Oh, it was gonna be a fucking regular show episode.
Yeah, they would be like the goddamn swans.
Yeah.
Start honking and fucking breaking shit. And like, what the fuck, dude? Gotta make some purchase some baby ducks. But
oh man.
yeah, like I feel like a lot of the shit that we did was like little not adventure time, like regular show episodes.
Like the snake at Gunpowder?
Which one?
The one where we threw the rock at it and it like vanished.
Oh, then it chased Mike across
Yeah,
the water.
right. He fucking ran on the water.
I was like, the only time I ever seen somebody ever walk on water was like this kid fucking running away from a goddamn snake. The one that I always remember is like when we were in Gunpowder and I was just like I had done something like this. I was like,
you picked up like a handful of sand and you were like, oh, check this out. And it just went.
Yeah, and the snake like came out and I was like, oh. I hated every second of that, and I honestly don't like snakes. I don't fuck with snakes. I would rather hang out with a goddamn tarantula than a snake.
You know, I literally said that the other day. I was like, I'd rather hang out with I'd rather own like a tarantula than like a spider or a snake.
I would rather have a tarantula than a spider.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this.
no, but like I wouldn't want to have a snake. I feel like if they're like vengeful.
That, and also like I did hear that one thing where it was like the one snake was literally like putting himself next to the person to size him up to see if it could eat him. And I was like, I don't want that. I don't want to like wake up one day and it's like it's trying to eat Balto. You know what I mean? Or vice versa, Balto gets a little roughhouse and has a dead snake in its mouth and she's dragging this fucking 2-ton rope around the house. You know?
No.
So
no, you don't need all that.
But I do want a tarantula because I don't mind the way that they feel when they're crawling on you.
Pass.
It's not the worst. That's why I would rather have the tarantula than the snake. Also, I don't like snakes because they're fast. They're a lot faster than you want them to be. You know what I mean? Like they fucking
yeah.
And they
especially when they're like water.
Yeah. So no. Just like the fucking there's a guy that I watch on whatchamacallit that he's this Australian dude. So first of all, he's insane. And second of all, he does this thing where he's like just hanging out, right? He does like little shorts and stuff like that on YouTube. And he's like, oh, like today we're gonna go out on like explore the waters in my see-through kayak, right?
Oh,
I don't like that. Yeah, I'm like, first of all, I don't like this already. So he's like doing shit, and there's one that he starts up, and he's like, "Oh, there's a big old bull shark underneath of me. Gotta get rid of him. He's kind of messing with the boat, and you don't see the bull shark at all underneath of him. So you watch this guy literally go, all right, hang on. He puts his camera on his GoPro on like his forehead. Motherfucker jumps in the water. From me to this fucking screen is the bull shark. And this dude gets on him and he's like pushing him down and having him like go away. And he's like, yeah, all right. And he gets back up and climbs this thing. He's like, all right, mate, have a good day. And I was like, what? That's not what you do.
Cool.
What?
All right.
Is this what we doing? This is how we do things? There was one where he's like on a paddleboard and he's just rowing and he's like, oh, look at that. It's a sea snake. And the sea snake beelines it and like gets up on his fucking thing. And he's like, oh, mate, I wasn't messing with you. And he like pushes it off with the fucking like oar. And he's just like, all right, I'm just keep going. And he's like, all right, have a good day, mate. And I'm like, stop. They're not your friends. You leave them alone, they leave you alone. There's a whole fucking thing for this.
This one thing, this lady was on like this like kayak, canoe, like surfboard thing.
Paddleboard.
And she's going and she's like, oh shit, that's a shark. And it just comes up and bites the shit out of the fucking boat. Goes, and then fucking swims away.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. Oh wait, no, I think you sent me that.
I don't remember, but I do remember there was like the person, and it was like, oh, that's a tiger shark, and it just like comes up, and it just like attacks the boat, and he's like, up, and then it goes away, and I was just like, no. And people go, oh, sharks aren't dangerous. It's like, no, they can fucking be aggressive if they want to be.
Yeah, if they don't like you being there, they will run you there.
Yeah, like it's all fun and games till you're in the water and they do that thing where they go down and they swoop back up and they catch you like fucking Samuel Jackson in fucking Deep Blue Sea. And you're like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. Okay? I just don't want to deal with this anymore.
Listen, man, like I know I don't have like fish dollars or anything, but I can give you my wallet and you can just let me go.
Like, I don't know. I don't get how people are not afraid of sharks. And it's like, I get that maybe I was embedded in a very young age because of Jaws and Pop, but at the same time, if
sharks are scary fucking.
Yeah, if I go into the ocean, I'm not going past my knees, man. And even when I'm playing in the waves, I make sure that I can still stand up at a decent like pace and like, you know, high knees it out of that motherfucker. You know what I mean? High knees. So,
oh man,
like, because that's all I need in my life is fucking hanging out
attacked by
waves. You're playing in the waves, and inside this waves is a pissed off shark that's been spinning for a little bit because he got caught in the undercurrent. And he's like, I'm gonna take my fucking aggression out on you. And you're just like, please don't. And it's like too fucking bad. And you're like, okay. So no, I'm okay.
No, sharks scare the shit out of me. Literally, like, if anything touches my foot when I'm in the fucking ocean, I freak the fuck out. I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Same guy I'm talking about, he was playing fetch, kind of like in Jaws, like he was throwing the ball in the water, and the dog's getting it and going back out. He like gets the ball, and the dog starts to go back into the water, and you watch him go, oh, nope, Sadie, get out of the water. And he's like, the dog gets out. He's like, all right, sit, stay, don't move. And he turns, and there's like a school of fish like hauling ass from 3 fucking sharks that are just like feeding frenzy, like fucking these fish up. And I was like, this is why you just don't go in the water. This is why, like, you go in the water. This is why you give yourself a time limit. You go, okay, 13 seconds and we're done.
This is why they invented pools. You don't need to go into the ocean. They have in-ground clear water.
I only trust it if they say this was a man-made lake.
Yeah. Like
Lake Anna, where Uncle Sam lives.
I was gonna say Yeah, I was gonna say Beaver Dam, but I couldn't fucking remember I was gonna say the quarry.
Beaver Dam always will be connected to the smell of the McCormick factory. It smells like
It was
spices.
it smell.
It has a smell, and you're like, "Oh, I know this smell. It's spices." I also didn't care for certain things there, like that were kind of intimidating, like the swing. The swing was kind of intimidating.
The swing didn't need to be as intimidating as it was.
Like,
It had no business being scary.
if it was a little bit higher hung, I would be like, yes, this makes sense. But it was so lowly hung to like that edge that people were like, yeah, you just gotta pull yourself up when you go down. And I'm like, what if you can't do a pull
up? Sucks.
What if we can't do a pull up? I'm scared on this one. But like, you know, then you have people like Pop who would just do backflips off the fucking concession stand and be like, what do you mean you're not allowed to do that?
Yeah, I was gonna say nothing gets me like the guy I watched to go off the swing and come all the way back, and he fucking smacked into the fucking like concrete.
You don't want to do that. It's like you gotta let go. As soon as you feel the tension going this way, you let go. Immediately let go. Or you do what Ryan used to do, and you get halfway out and you just let go. And then the fucking thing shoots like a goddamn slingshot because it like doesn't have any weight on it, and it pisses everybody off because they got to do that thing where they got to pull the string.
You gotta get the rope.
Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like it would go out, and then they would have like 9 dudes like fucking, oh! And then it would have that one dude that was like extra lanky try to fucking like grab it, and it's like you're scared because it's a fucking basically
it's like a 12-foot drop.
It's basically an anchor held on by a rope that's swinging like a pendulum that you just gotta catch.
It wasn't basically it was literally just an anchor that you held on to.
I didn't know if it was an anchor or not, but it looked like an anchor. I swear to God, it was an anchor.
It was an anchor for like a small boat.
And people would just be like, yeah, we're just going to pull it. And you would have the one skinny dude because he had extra long arms try to grab it. And it was like, dude, if that guy gets fucking hit in the face, he's dead.
They tried to have me catch it one time. And I was like, this.
I said no. I said no. Every single time they asked me to catch it, I'll be like, no.
They were like, catch it. And I was like 10. And I'm like, buddy.
You can't talk to me like this. I'm 6. Like, get the fuck out of here. But yeah, like that, it was just like things like that kind of piqued my interest a little bit from like the like upbringing, because I'm always like, nobody else had that. What do you mean you didn't get in the back of your grandfather's pickup truck and drive all the way from Baltimore to Hershey Park on an air mattress and a cooler full of water
and a fucking piss jug and a pillow that didn't quite fit under that thing, so you kept hitting your head on it anyway.
Yep. And he didn't make any pit stops.
Nope.
He wasn't like, he's the visiting center. Yep. He was just like, fuck it, there's a gallon jug, piss it out the window whenever you need to. Like, what? We being serious right now? Huh? So.
Nothing got me like when we were fucking around and we would just hear lay down.
My favorite was police, heads down. Heads down. Or when people like Michael Creller would be like, oh, I don't need to hold on to anything, and Papa hit the brakes and he would fly.
Oh man, do you remember when I had the BB gun and we were driving? I think to Jim's. We were going to Marley Creek, and I had the BB gun, and I just like pointed it out the window and just fired.
No, I don't remember.
You don't remember that?
No.
Oh my god.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. I just wanted to see what would happen.
Okay,
I still to this day wonder where that shot went.
okay. Here's something that was a little weird for me. When we were in the tunnel once, I was playing with mom's yellow hairbrush, and I swear to God, it was like this fucking yellow. Like it was fucking stupid. And like I remember playing with it, and I dropped it out the window. Like it fucking fell out the window, right? And mom was like, "Hey, can you hand me that brush?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know where it went." And she apparently a couple of days later, that fucking brush was in her trunk.
What the fuck?
And I was like, dude, I watched that hit the fucking ground and like leave like existence. And same brush, same little logo and everything. And I was just like, I know she didn't buy a new one. She's been with me for the past like 3 days. So what? So
First object.
that was one of those things where I was like, whenever I see it, because my mom still has that. Like you go over her house, up in her
Yeah,
room,
she's still got that yellow brush. She uses it to do Marin's hair.
yeah, that yellow brush, same yellow brush, cursed object, dude. Like, will not, cannot, shall not.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh man.
And that's like a thing. Is like people are always like, oh, like ghosts, 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 and I'm like, I will believe in apparitions when some shit happens.
Yo,
like,
okay.
When something gets flipped across my entire like apartment and gets smashed that I didn't do in a fit of rage and anger, then yes.
So
he's getting something.
Where is it? Where do you keep the fucking back? Damn it. I have a cursed object.
Why are you showing it to me?
Because it doesn't work over camera.
It doesn't work over camera.
Yeah, you won't get cursed. I can't find it. Anyway, it was so February 2020. I was walking down the road and I saw Pennywise's fucking head just on the ground. Like this evil clown head, just But it looked like the head wasn't just popped off of the doll, it was cut and melted.
Nice.
And so I was like, yo. And I picked it up and I was like, dude, this thing looks like it was like, beheaded. So I was like, this is fucking rad. March of 2020. I don't know if you remember what happened. And so I was like 90% sure that like me picking this clown head up started the COVID pandemic. So sorry guys.
It's okay. I was pretty sure the COVID because COVID happened, I'm pretty sure when Weed Eater did their final tour. So what happened was Weed Eater was with a band called Atomic Bitchwax and another band called The Goddamn Gallows. And with that being said, they had very dingy people show up. And me and Ami showed up and we were hanging out and doing our thing and blah, 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 blah. And fucking this, like, all these dudes are like just grimy. And like, there was this guy who like sneezed in his hand and grabbed the microphone. And like, they were all singing and stuff like that.
Yeah, games in your
like, dude, it was to the point where like there was so here was like my highlight was I had when we showed up, it was during the first band, Atomic Bitchwax was like going on. And I had gotten out of the Uber and Ami was like, all right, before we go in, let's spark this cigarette. And I was like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. So I was like, fuck, do you have a lighter? I think I left mine in the fucking Uber. And he was like, shit. So I saw this guy who was smoking a cigarette. And all I did was just go, hey, man, can I borrow a lighter? And I heard, yeah, here you go. Now, I was like, what? So I looked up, and it was the singer from Weed Eater. And I was like, wait, are you Dixie Dave? And he was like, that I am. Pleasure to meet you. And like, so, we're hanging out. We're like, oh, shit. So we like smoked our cigarette, and like we didn't ask him for like a picture or anything like that. We were just like, dude, this is fucking awesome. Like, good luck out there. And he like shook our hands, and he was like, all right, thank you guys for coming out, man. And as he was leaving, he went around the back, and it was him and the drummer of Goddamn Gallows and the guitar player of Goddamn Gallows, and they were all smoking a joint. And I like when he went around the corner, the fucking drummer of whatchamacallit came out from around the corner and looked at me and Ami and was like, we gotta go on sound check. You want the rest of this joint? And I was like, yeah. And then like we thought about it because like all of their bands are like kind of meth fueled. And we were like, hang on, is this just weed? So like we were like hitting it and stuff. And it was okay. It was just weed. So we were like, okay, fine. But then there was like other people out there that was like, hey man, like you trying to do like this and all this other stuff. And then like there was like just grimy fucking like
hey man, deep face.
Yeah. Basically, like there was guys that were just like, oh, like here, drink some of this. And it was like, what's this? And it was like, oh, we got this, like we brewed this and stuff like that. And it was just like, oh, so that whole thing was like everybody just doing that. And then that happened February 20th, 2020. 2 weeks later, once the tour was ended in March of 2020, like I said, I don't know if you remember what happened.
Yikes.
And I was like, dude, Weed Eater's tour probably caused COVID. I guarantee that. Or at least help spread it.
It definitely helped spread it.
It helped spread it, definitely. Because there were so many people just like not like casually like, oh, dude, hit my pen, hit my pipe, hit this, hit that. Fucking drink out of this. And I'm just like,
bad.
It was a basement show too. It wasn't like a fucking like where we went to see Sleep. Like it was like a fucking like
grimy place.
Like we were down in like downtown Baltimore, like really fucking bullshit area. I don't remember what the fucking venue was called.
Oh, it don't matter.
But I will say the one time I did see Weed Eater was at the Met Gallery, and that was actually pretty fucking cool.
Where did I go? I saw that one band with my ex-girlfriend in Baltimore. We went to, I think it was the Ram's Head.
The one with the two stages of like you can go upstairs and downstairs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ram's Head.
It was.
Because you saw some stupid band. I remember that.
All right, so I Prevail is actually pretty good. I like them. We saw this other band called Wage War, which is kind of lame. They're not my speed. And then there's another band called Assuming We Survive. And the lead singer, they're all right. The lead singer came out was mingling with the crowd, and I had snuck a few drinks because I know who to talk to.
Fair.
And so I was kind of like hammered, and I called him cute, and he kissed me on the cheek, and that's it. I remember nothing else from the rest of that night.
Fair enough. I mean, it's always better than when we were when we went to Mayhem Festival, and we were all carrying. And we had all that one too. We had all the food and the drinks and stuff, and then all of a sudden we heard that dun 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 dun, and we were like, "Oh shit, a Monomarth one!" And we made like Ryan and like my ex and like whoever, I forget the other two people that were there with us, like carry all this shit while we like booked it up the fucking hill to go watch a Monomarth.
Because they were doing the windmill thing.
Yeah, we had to watch it. I will say Five Finger Death Punch was not as good as I wanted them to be.
They did Bad Company. That was fun.
Energy, but that was about it.
Yeah.
That was my least favorite Mastodon set because they were promoting the new album and I wasn't super familiarized with the new album yet. And I was like, play some of your old stuff, please. And then Rob Zombie killed it.
Yo, fucking! I didn't even. Was Rob Zombie on like the list, or did he just like have a Tuesday?
He was the headliner. He was the one that people came to go see. Yeah,
I see. I understand.
Yeah. But that was the first time that we saw Sleep Without Seeing Sleep.
We saw Sleep.
We saw High on Fire there.
We did. We did see High on Fire.
Yeah.
You know who I wish we saw? Fucking Machine Head.
But you got to crowd surf to Children of Bodom, and I'm pretty sure the singer spit on you. So also you got to see Children of Bodom, like which you can't see anymore because that dude's dead.
That's rough. Yeah, that's true.
So
I forgot about that.
You did get to like witness a Children of Bodom concert. You got to stage dive and everything. My favorite though was I want to crowd surf.
I just go up.
Yeah, I just don't know how to go, how to ask people, and I was just like, "Hey, he wants to go up." Okay. I was like, "Oh shit!" I realized this guy was gonna pick you up by the fucking head and just like, "All right, let him go."
It was weird because I hit the ground and my body was like, "You're still being flung," and I took a step and I fell.
Okay, I've never fully crowd surfed before. I always end up getting put back down. No, and I'm okay with that. I am 110% okay with that. Now, what happens when you get to the security? Do you have to like get like pulled away, or
so once you reach
throw you into the fucking security?
They kind of like two people grab your arms and to like help you down, and once you hit the ground, they just kind of let you go. And so my feet touched the ground. I was no longer supported, and I just went.
I mean, that's something. Because like I've never done that before. But I remember you went up like 3 or 4 times. Like I remember you went back and forth a couple of times.
Because I had fun. It was like being in water, but not in water.
I just remember you coming back up. Oh, we did that again.
It was fun. I don't remember what song was playing.
Fucking nothing. Like I do remember that.
They no, it was the band after that. Like when Children of Bodom got off stage, there was like another band that came on and they did the Wall of Death.
Yeah, that was Kingdom of Sorrow back when that band was still a fucking thing.
Couldn't name a song.
It was a mashup. I couldn't tell you either. I know the reason I know about that is because it's the singer from Hatebreed and the guitar player from Crowbar. That's it. That's the only thing I know. I also find it funny. I find it kind of funny that
find it kind of sad.
No. I hate you. God damn you. God damn you. It like popped in my head too. It's like I find it kind of funny. I find it kind of sad.
Hey, you're.
I like the fact that new metal is making a full fucking like
back. Like everybody's doing new metal now.
People are like, fucking Korn is rad. Fucking Limp Bizkit is great. Static X is amazing. And it's just like,
who you're talking to.
Wait a minute. When do you guys like them? They're not stupid anymore.
Magic to me, which I was there when it was written.
Yeah, basically, like when somebody brought up the fact that, like, you know, oh, like Korn definitely got me into like da da da, and I was like, wait, we can say Korn was an influence now, and we don't get made fun of. Okay,
cool. Yeah, right. Like we can talk about this now because, oh man,
somebody who said like, there was like, oh, if it wasn't for Limp Bizkit, we wouldn't have that kind of like aggression with these like bounce-esque kind of tunes. And I was like, oh, so it makes it cool to say fucking Limp Bizkit now. You can say like, oh, I'm all for the nookie, and people will be like, whatever, loser.
We can name drop them now. We're not gonna get into a fight. He made a song about that.
What? Who did?
Fred Durst
did a song about what?
And the new album he did, it was about it was like fuck. Hang on.
Is it Out of Style?
No, it's the same team. It's the one with the guys like, man, Fred Durst is the worst.
Oh yeah. What is that fucking? It's like, come and get some. It has that stupid bass line.
The album was called Dad Vibes, right?
The album's called Still Suck. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna refill my water.
Lame. View album. I think it's Love the Hate. Yeah. Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
I have boba tea. I forgot all about that.
Fucking boba tea is gross.
It's very gross. I hate the black balls.
The balls. The tapioca.
It's not bad. I will say this. It's not the worst if you get the right kind, if that makes sense. Like, if you know like, I get a mango green tea with the boba, and it's not that bad.
No, I got like a strawberry mango something one time.
Can you
I took a sip and I was like, oh, this is pretty good. And I took another sip and I got a fucking mouthful of like slime. And I was like, oh!
I don't mind.
Nobody told me this was going to be a thing.
My favorite is that Balto is fucking big and hard.
Oh, she is staring dead at you. She wants some.
She's not getting some. Don't you lick. But
she's gonna
fucking lick and get my attention. It's gonna piss me off. But yeah, no, I wanted to definitely. I was like, I want to get something to drink. And I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I have boba tea. Because every time we go to this place called H Mart. Or not, Jesus Christ. I always fuck this up. It's
Shop S-Mart.
It's called The Hub. And I always go, oh, dude, you guys should check out The Hub. And people always go, dude, I've been checking out The Hub since I was like 13. And I'm like, no, God damn it. But basically, it's like a food court where they have like Vietnamese noodles, Japanese sushi, there's like they kind of mix a bunch of things back and forth.
Right.
But it's like really good stuff. Like they had, or not sushi. I shouldn't say sushi. It was a hot pot. That's what it was. So it was like a bunch of stuff. So if like you like basically like Chinese food, like with like teriyaki chicken and noodles and stuff like that. Like
Right.
you can get that there if you want like
the good shit.
Yeah, like they have like I don't remember if it was Korean corn dogs or Vietnamese corn dogs, but those things shit on any corn dogs that have ever fucking existed.
That's because every corn dog you've ever had was made out of a hot dog
and made out of the microwave.
Gross.
Yep. However, this one's good. I like these ones because these ones have like you can get like it's got like the hot dog in it, or you can get like a sausage, or you can get like a spicy sausage, or you can get blah 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 blah. And then they have like extra cheese in them that you can put in it. You can like put like potatoes in it. Are you pulling hair out of your fucking ear, you weirdo?
No. Yes. I like this for the past like 20 minutes. Something has been in my ear, like itching.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been trying to like casually get it out, and I was like, you know what, fuck casually getting it out. So I pulled out an old bobby pin, and I was digging, and I got something.
Gross.
Yeah.
Get a fucking the thing, the Q-tip.
It says specifically on the box, don't put this in your ear. What am I supposed to do?
I know, right? What the fuck is that about? Who else uses Q-tips to clean their ear out? Everybody. Why does it say don't put in our ear? Ah!
Yeah, bah. Let me see the instructions. Ah.
Like, I don't know. Like, I do want to try that one thing. Do you know what I'm talking about? The water? We
don't.
I do. I want to try it. I want to see what that's like.
I feel like it's bad. I feel like it's the worst, like, feeling.
I don't know. And the one where they put up your nose and it shoots the water and it fucking, like, clears your sinuses?
Fuck that thing.
Okay, I was like, anybody who gets that was the people who could do flips in the water without holding their nose.
Right? Like, what the fuck? Who the fuck?
They were the weirdos that were doing backflips without holding their nose, and they were like, what the fuck?
Oh, it's making my nose run just thinking about it.
Like, that was kind of the thing that I was just like, I wasn't 100% about it, but I was like, I don't know if it looks like it works, but at the same time, I'm like, I kind of want to try that. I just kind of want to, and it's like, we'll do this next time while I do it, and I'll be like, Alex, I don't know, Alex, how am I? What am I supposed to do? So, yeah, like, there's a lot of contraptions out now that I'm like, they didn't have that when I was a kid, but I want to try them because I feel like they're going to be more of a hassle than a convenience. Have you seen some of these things? Like the ones that are like, I was going to say fucking Flex Seal, first of all. Like,
Flex Seal, Flex Tape, Flex anything. If you hate plumbers, use it. Use all of it.
Is that really the true thing?
If you hate service workers and you want them to have an awful time fixing something, go ahead and use Flex Seal.
Really?
Oh my god! It's like, so Flex Seal in particular, it's like that spray foam stuff, but like it doesn't foam up, it like condenses. And so usually people will paint their copper and to like match the room or whatever. But in order to solder, you have to have clean copper, like exposed. So they have like sandpaper and shit that you have to sand down the copper. But you can't sand down Flex Seal. You've got to cut that shit off with like a box cutter and patience, and don't fuck up because there goes your finger.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that. So the only thing that I've ever done with Flex Seal was we tried to deal with something at work when I was working at Tesla. And they were like, yeah, well, maybe we can use like a Flex Seal to kind of get the bottom to do that. And they did that. And then in the next meeting, they were like, don't do the Flex Seal. Do not use the Flex Seal.
Meep.
And it was like, that was it. That was done deal right then and there.
Don't use Flex Seal.
Like it was, and it wasn't like something that was going to fuck up anything. It was like we had bins that they were supposed to put shit in. And they were saying, like, if you put the Flex Seal in it, it would be able to, like, maybe if, like, water got in it, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But apparently water got in one of them, and it made it a big deal.
Yeah, it's usually a big deal.
So I was like, whatever, I don't fucking know. I wasn't paying attention because at Tesla, I was specifically told by Elon himself, if you yourself feel that the meeting is not worth your time, you can just hang up. If you're not learning anything, or if you don't feel like this is helping, or if you feel like this is like this at the third, like if you don't want to deal with it, get up and go, dip. And I was like, all right. So I would go to meetings for like 10, 15 minutes, and I'm like, does any of this pertain to me? No. Click. No. Okay. Click.
No,
I will say Tesla is one of those places that, like, there's certain jobs that I kind of wish like you worked at.
Yeah.
Not because of that it's like an easy job or whatever. Because I know that I could have been like, hey Alex, I need this done. And you would have gotten it done, but it would have been a whole lot of like, just don't ask what he did to get it done.
Hey, I need the wheel on this car bed to come off. Let me look up how to do it. Thud. I have it.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. How do we take apart this car bed? All right, it says on this that if we pull out that, I got the wheel out. How? I just started pulling it.
It looked like it could come apart, so I made it come apart.
Just because it can come apart doesn't mean that it should.
Whoa.
Okay, hang on. Ready? Does your head come off?
It's not supposed to.
Exactly.
Oh man.
Yeah. Like, no. Like, okay. Here's something for you. Were you electric propane or propane forklift?
Electric.
How did you have to plug those in?
We didn't. We went up to this guy named Larry, and he took the batteries out, and he put a new one in, and told us to get lost.
No, we went up to a guy named Barry. There's always a guy named Barry.
No, Larry. Like
Larry. Larry the landlord?
Larry I said lobster, but I mean
said Larry the landlord. I was like, who the fuck is that? Is that your landlord?
No, my landlord's name is Juan.
Yeah, it is. My landlord's name is Juan. That's right, because you live in a fucking sketchy area.
I am not in a sketchy area. I am just on a highway.
Yeah, It's not even a real fucking address. It should take you to like a PO box outside the skirts of fucking New Jersey.
Listen,
And people are like, "Yeah, we sent you stuff," and they're like, "I don't know where it went. If my fucking PO box wasn't the middle of a highway."
fucking, I'm like, I'll buy like obscure things, like
Yeah,
like a
lightsabers.
no. Those show up pretty reliably. But like a set of dice,
You buy them.
huh?
The point is that you still buy them. You buy like legitimately like expensive fucking lightsabers. Is that your new hilt?
No, this is the first one.
Which one is that one?
Cyan.
No.
But
Is
each
it
like,
Obi-Wan's? Is it or is it?
oh no, this one I designed this one. Each piece
That's
is
what
a
I was
different.
asking. I was
Yeah.
like, is that somebody's or is it?
I spent time and I made this one. Actually, I don't think I have any that are like story. It's nice.
I hate you so much. It's I don't see colors, you asshole.
You asked which one it was. I have 6 of them, and I call them by the color.
Do you have any of the same color?
I have this. So there's this one, and then there's a smaller one. That they're both cyan, but all the other ones are different colors.
What's your favorite? Cyan.
That's my favorite color in general. But I think it's a very pretty blade color.
Can you actually utilize those for like fighting?
Like I could actually, if I hit you as hard as I could with the blade, like in the arm, I quite possibly could like shatter a bone.
But are you doing that? Like,
Well, I mean, yeah. I have a couple videos of my buddies and I fucking around with them, but like, yeah, we'll go out, we'll smack them around, smack each other around, come home with a welt or two.
I was gonna say, how's your fingers?
No, we learned quickly. Gloves are a necessity. You cannot do this barehanded. You will break a hand.
You cannot do this barehanded.
I got my thumb hit, and it took like a week before I could do this again. I was like, yeah, it was bad. It fucking hurt.
You definitely probably broke your thumb.
Yeah, but then one day I was like, oh, it feels like my thumb needs to pop. And I did this, and it made a really loud pop. It went pop, and then suddenly I could do this again. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's all right.
What the fuck?
And now, like my thumbs aren't like it's not like a problem. This is the one that got hurt. But like they don't.
Thumb looks fucking fucked up, dude.
That's me. This is my work in hand.
Dude, look at my thumbs. There's no real fucking difference between the two. Why is that one cocked so far back? What the fuck is wrong with your thumb, bro?
You use it to like press stuff down and like move stuff and like separate things. And I've killed a man with this thumb.
No.
Disclaimer, no, I have not.
You're gonna have those hands. You know what I'm talking about. Those fingers that like they get like fat at the top.
Buddy.
Like all of your fucking fingers are gonna look like you hit them with a hammer and like a cartoon.
It's because I have. I'm pretty sure each finger of mine has been hit with a hammer at least twice.
Hit them with hammers?
Maybe I should stop being in situations where I need to use a hammer.
I mean, that is very true. But at the same time, like, how often are you in situations where you got to use a hammer?
Well, sometimes you have to take the like. Sometimes you'll go to a water heater and the venting is only 3 inches wide, and for new code reasons, that has to be 4 inches wide. So you have to replace the vent. Sometimes you have to fucking smack the goddamn chimney apart to like break the thing open to get a 4-inch hole so you can jam the thing in there and rebuild the vent.
Okay.
So a lot of times I have to take like a mini sledgehammer and just to fucking people's walls. And they're just like, yep, I'm paying this man to do this.
I mean, I get that, but like, obviously you've taken classes of like safety.
Classes? Medical what?
Medical what? Yes, medical. Pack your bags, boys. You're going to medical school.
You're gonna have a heart attack. Not at these prices.
Honestly, I feel like that is an underrated episode of SpongeBob. I really do. I just feel like something about that, like, first of all, working in customer service in general, like, you should understand that. And then it's like, you know, like, I've had some medical things where it's like, wait a minute. I got charged $315 when I went for them literally to go. Because, okay, let me give you the full story. I sprained my ankle. You remember this when we were walking or when we were helping me move to the apartment in Cockeysville. I fell down that thing and I sprained my ankle hard as fuck. Right?
Flipped down the fucking hill because you went to throw something away and you fucked up.
Yeah. So sprained the shit out of my ankle. Went to the goddamn the doctors or whatever, and they go $315 or whatever the fuck it was later. They were like, yeah, you got a sprained ankle.
No shit.
I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
You are giving me information I already know. Yeah. I would like information I don't already have.
If we're gonna play this game, don't you think that maybe I should have went to medical school and not you? I'm coming to you for my problems. Like, that's why I kind of like therapy, because therapy kind of makes me laugh in a way of like, but they're like, hey, so it seems like you're sad.
No shit. Wow. I couldn't have guessed that.
Or my favorite. Not a lot of anger in you. Did you notice that you're getting a lot more angry and agitated when you talk about these things?
Yes.
Oh man, nothing gets me like, hey man, you seem like you're getting pretty heated. Are you all right, bitch? I will stab you.
That's like I don't know if have you played the new Saints Row?
No, like the new one?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, if you do get a chance, it's a lot better now because they extended the map and it's got a lot better gameplay.
I see.
But anyway, I was playing that, and there's like a thing where it's like you have to. How do I explain it? You walk over to these fucking things and you basically click a button and it'll like read you like some history about the fucking like town or whatever, right?
Like going up to the thing in the church with all the saints' history.
Yeah. So it's like that, but like all over the fucking map. Like there's a bunch of them. Mm-hmm. But every time that you get one, they give you like $500. So it's like whatever. So you find them, but that'll give you that little thing where it'll be like a radiation thing of like a yellow thing of like where they could be on the map.
I see.
And I found all of them except for one. And I was like, dude, I'm like running this fucking map back and forth. So I popped on YouTube. And it was like, you got to go out of the building that you're in, go across the street into that parking lot, and next to that building is the final one for it. And I was like, but your thing is over here, and where that is over here. Don't you think your radiation thing or your radius should be way bigger?
Nope.
Nope. But so there's a lot of times where I'm doing that where I'm just like, stop.
Well, I play Fallout 76, which I don't know if you've heard about it.
I know a little bit of it.
It's a pretty not great game.
I did hear it's shitty.
It's pretty buggy, but like it's one of those games where like if you have a group of friends who all play this game, it's a pretty fun game because you can just like check back, fuck around, watch this game bug out, and laugh about it. But sometimes you'll get a glitch that will just throw the game for you. Like I died one time, and when you die, you drop a small amount of your stuff, and you have the opportunity to go, pick it back up. So I went to go get it, but whatever killed me, glitched and left like a field of death. And so if you walked within a certain radius of the stuff that I dropped, you just drop dead. There's no fuck around. You just find out and you fall, and that's it. And for like 30 minutes, I was getting heated because you have to collect like different material and whatnot. I had spent the last like 40 minutes collecting like 300 lead so that I can make bullets. You drop your junk on death. So all of my lead was in that wall of death. And so I could not get back. And so like I was like doing like dumb shit, like running up like on top of like a bridge and like jumping into the circle to see if that would work. And it
wouldn't. Things that we used to do in GoldenEye.
No, we played Agent Under Fire.
Yeah, whatever. It's the same game.
Yeah, it's the same game. Actually, I don't think that one had the golden gun in it.
No, it didn't have a golden gun, but you could put a cheat code in it to make you have a golden gun.
You didn't need the cheat code. You just had the proximity mines.
Yeah, you didn't need...
Place those bastards anywhere and you're fine.
Hey, Alex, you missed the spot.
Oh, shit. Apparently,
you're like, you can't get me in this, and you won't get a point. Yeah, but neither will you. Oh, come on,
man!
I also thought it was cheating when we would do the thing where we would like put ourselves in like corners with the little like grappling gun and like hide in like a thing and like just snipe people when they walked in the room. You just walk people in the room and then all of a sudden it would just be like their head explode.
Oh,
like certain video games, I feel like they need to bring back on certain ways of like that kind of thing where it's like, hey, these were kind of fun in a way of like you just kind of bullshit around and had fun. Like you don't have to sit here and go through all this dialogue to have fun.
You know what game, and I unironically believe this, do you know what game is really fucking fun?
I know this. What the fuck was it called? It was the one that said shotgun.
Blowout?
Blowout, yeah.
Now, I was going to say Fortnite. Fortnite is a fun game. If you have friends and you play this game, it's bullshit. It's just fun.
I don't know too much about that game. I also don't know like anything about it. I also don't want to have something where I have to build and shoot.
No, so they took that part out.
Okay. I guess
there's a build modes where you can go in and you can still build shit, and then there's the mode that I play where you pick up guns and you shoot the other people. There is no building. There's no there's like power ups and shit that you can get throughout the game, but like it's available to everybody. But I
played Disney
think I'm
Dreamlight Valley.
huh?
I played Disney Dreamlight Valley.
Why?
Because it is Stardew Valley with Disney characters. Or what's that other one? Animal Crossing with Disney characters. That's all it is. And it's super liberal. Like, it's one of those things where it's like you know how like certain games have like, oh, you have to have recipes to make like food.
Yeah.
Well, this one's like, just throw some fish and shit inside of a bucket and just figure out what the fuck happens. Anything that you put
Be
in the
all
bucket,
right.
yeah, anything counts as food. Like, I just threw, I threw, like tomatoes, carrots, and some other shit into the thing, and it just popped up, and it was like, you made crackers. And I was like, all right, bet, made some crackers.
How about that?
Yeah, who knew? Like, there was one that was like, it was like if you just put the peanut inside of a thing and you put some wheat, boom, peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Didn't even need jelly. Fuck it, you didn't even need jelly, my friend.
Disney, man, that's the magic.
It's the magic. But so like, but that's the thing is they have people from Disney, and you can either be friends with them, or they can either piss you the fuck off and you want them to die, and you keep putting them in positions where they possibly could die, but because it's Disney, they don't die. Like, for instance, I locked Elsa in her castle and got rid of the door, and then deleted the house. And then she came back. She came back. I was like, what the fuck?
God damn it. Lady.
Stitch doesn't know how to swim, obviously, right? So I made him my fisher, and he comes back with fish.
Well, you don't need to know how to swim. I
send him out when it's raining. I send him out when it's horrible. When it's like there's a very low percentage of fish. It's like, nope, send him out. No, he comes back. He comes back with fish. With fish.
Every time.
Yeah, it's just stupid shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, I the one thing though is I don't like Scar. He's a piece of shit.
Nobody likes Scar.
He's kind of a dickhead, and he's always asking for shit. He's always asking for like shit. And you're always like, you're always asking me for things. Like, you're an asshole. You're kind of a dick.
No, don't you have like an army of hyenas to like do your bidding? Why do you need me to grab your shit? Leave me alone.
Like, I have to deal with that bitch Mother Gothel.
Mother Gothel?
From Tangled?
Oh, the mom. The yeah.
News best.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know, that mother.
Yeah.
But like, you know, it's kind of fun. Like, I got like, what's her fucking face? The fucking Little Mermaid. Stitch just does stupid shit. I thought he was gonna be cool, but he's a dickhead. Wally is useless. And I was like, I could have told you that. He's a fucking trash can.
I was gonna say he's literally just a trash can.
I'm literally just trash.
He's a compactor, not a trash can. You cannot store trash within him. He only compacts.
That is true. But he is trash.
He is a bucket.
I got the games that I run. I got Saints Row 2, but I can't do certain things because that blows up my it crash. Like it's not running too well. I have Minecraft. I haven't played that in a while. I have Sims 4. I didn't know I had that.
Oh, why?
I think it's more of like a thing for like Caroline. Oh yeah, it was a thing for Caroline. Never mind. A Little to the Left. That is also a Caroline game. Little Misfortunate was a game that I saw and I was like, I would have played that. Phasmophobia, scary as fuck. The Man-Eater game about the shark. The new Grand Theft Auto, oh, not new, but like, Grand Theft Auto 5 and new Saints Row. Yeah. And the new Saints Row. Stardew Valley, Disney Dreamlight, and Evil Dead the game.
The one for the PlayStation 2?
I don't know. It just says Evil Dead the game. I saw it was like free, so I got it.
I have played all of 4 games in the past like year.
The new Resident Evil. Jesus Christ.
The new Resident Evil
just like ran away from me.
Yeah, I did watch your camera just like droop.
What the fuck was that about? Hello?
So I played the new Resident Evil, was like phenomenal. It was the best like remake of a game that like ever came out. I played that new Star Wars game that came out. I beat that.
The Jedi Order thing.
Jedi Survivor.
Yeah.
Fucking phenomenal game. I will never not play Minecraft because I really like Minecraft for like I cannot tell you why.
It makes brain go burr.
Yeah. And Fortnite is a very fun game, in my opinion. And those are the only 4 games that I have played in the past for like ever. Oh, that and Fallout 76.
I got bullied.
Yeah, you did.
And I started to do like the like academic things, and I was like, I'm better now because I got a computer right now, and I can fucking go.
Hey, Mom. For no particular reason, can you make as many words out of this as you can?
How many words can you make out of this? Just for no reason whatsoever. And then you go downstairs and fucking take that, bitch. I hated the art projects. We had to like stop the thing, like it would be like a thing, like you come down and you would have to like draw the picture with like a cut, and if like the thing touched it, it would like go away. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah,
Where you would have to draw the same picture of the same woman
every time.
Every time, yeah. And I also, because it's on keyboard, I gotta remember where certain keys are, so I'm not as fast, and it's for the chemistry. Like it'll be like, it'll do like up, down, left, right, and I'm like doing that, and it'll be like D, G, L, C, and I'm like, fuck.
I've got to type, Mr. Reed. What I need?
Hit me with like numbers too, and I'm like, oh shit.
You got to get Mr. Reed on that shit.
The Goat Man.
The Goat Man.
The Goat Man.
Oh, man.
Dude, like. You gotta understand, Mr. Reed, there was something like when I was in his class, before we went into his room, he would always do that thing where he'd be like, does anybody have to use the bathroom? And we'd all kind of like line up outside and then come back in and take our seats and shit, right? There was one time he went into the stall. And he like came back out, and you know how he did like that fast walk weird shit. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, he did that shit, and he like walked out of the thing, and I walked behind it, and everything was wet.
Ew!
It was like he stood at the end and just Supermaned it and hoped to God for it, you know what I mean? And I was like, "What the fuck?" And I remember a buddy of mine was like, "What can you expect? He's a goat."
I missed. What do you mean you missed? I
missed. So yeah, it was a lot of that kind of shit where I was like, I don't like this. But there was one that always got me that I remember he had like something minimized, and we were like, "What's that?" And he was like, "Don't worry about it." And we were like, "What? What do you got minimized? What are you doing over there, buddy?"
No, the only thing that got me about him is he would sit in the front of the class, but before he sat down, he would pull his like pants legs up, and it would like contort to his body, and you would see like everything he had going on while he was sitting in front of the class, and you're like,
I don't
I don't
remember
hate this old man.
but I also sat in the back. I didn't really care for him.
No, he didn't give us a choice. We had assigned seats.
We had assigned seats when we all were acting like assholes. I remember the best one was when Mrs. Jones called me and she was like, yeah, Alex is acting up in class. And I was like, what the fuck do you want me to do about it? Like, I'm at home.
I remember that day because I was like, oh, this is perfect. Mom and Dad aren't home. She's going to call Gavin. Yes.
Yeah. I was just like, but what do you want me to do? I am 16 years old and I don't have a car and I am hanging out with my newborn little brother. So I will relay your message and we will deal with this when we cross this bridge. And I never told Mom because I forgot about it. My whole thing was more of like, I was calling Mom for like, I don't even remember what the fuck you did either. My whole reason for calling Mom was because I couldn't get Zane to fucking eat.
Couldn't get him to stop fucking crying. That's all I ever did.
He was a little bitch. He was the biggest bitch when he was a baby. Like you could be like, hey Zane, would you like chocolate milk or strawberry milk? And he would be like, huh? And you'd be like, wait, what? What the fuck just happened? Ashton?
No, wait.
But the best would be like, do you remember like some of the stupid fucking things where I would be like, y'all want French toast? You want a grilled cheese?
Smack that shit in the fucking toaster.
I remember putting the toast in the toaster, putting the cheese on it, putting it down and handing it to Zane. And you went, Gavin, that's a cheese sandwich. Yeah, it was.
That's not a grilled cheese, Gavin. That's a cheese sandwich.
Yeah, that's a cheese sandwich. Yeah, and like just put the fucking bread in the toaster, take some butter, and put some cinnamon and sugar on it, and cut it into squares.
Get a French toast.
That's just cinnamon sugar.
Yeah. Yo, all right. So they have cinnamon sugar like spread.
It's gross. Don't get it.
Yo, no, hang on. So I put it on English muffins, and it was like the best thing ever.
I don't like it. I know what you're talking about. I got the Land O'Lakes one. I hated it. I hated it. Every second of that, I was like, "This is gross." It tasted artificial.
I guess, yeah.
I didn't like it. I put it on just my cinnamon raisin swirl bread. And I was like, oh, this will be fine. And like it ruined the whole fucking thing for me. Was not a fan.
I dug it. I thought it was nice.
I will say the one thing that I have realized that I like a lot is anything on top of rice. One of the things that I found out that I really like is if you take crab,
yeah,
and you throw it on rice. It's the greatest fucking thing in the world. So the way that Caroline and like her family eat crabs is they have like these bowls of rice, and it's just plain white rice. There's no like anything in it, and then they have like this melted butter and vinegar kind of thing that you like dip the crab in. It's actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. You know what I mean? It's like a garlic, vinegary, buttery kind of thing, but it's not bad when you dip the crab in it. So what they do is like they'll break apart all the crabs, get all the meat and everything, and then you reach into the rice. The rice cleans your hands. And then you kind of roll the meat into like these balls, and you just have like these meat rice balls, and they're like the greatest thing in the world.
Huh.
I sat and ate so much fucking crabs and rice at fucking the last crab feast that her parents had. Dude, I was fucking killing that shit. I haven't every second of that.
So long.
It's because you live in Jersey.
Yeah.
And you can get the Maryland-based crab cakes.
Nope.
Or the
I just found where they keep the Old Bay in the store.
you what?
I just like this year found where they keep the Old
Like in the
Bay.
international section. Because
No.
Baltimore is its own fucking country.
I thought that because it's not in the spice rack, and so it was like it's probably in the weird spices. And so I looked, and it wasn't fucking there either. It's next to, so there's the seafood aisle, right?
Uh-huh.
Across from that is the snack food aisle with like the Gushers and the Pop Tarts and shit like that.
So
And-
Old Bay's with Pop Tarts.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck?
What? I don't.
I'll tell you what.
Fucking Old Bay on Pop Tarts.
I put Old Bay on a fucking meat sandwich with like meat,
Not bad.
like deli meat, tomato, lettuce,
Yeah.
and all that.
Like how
Fucking
Mama
spring-
used to make it.
Fucking fantastic.
Yeah. I do that as well. I like Old Bay on certain things, just not everything. Like like popular to contrary belief, guys. We don't fucking just throw it on everything. It's not that great of a fucking like seasoning. If anything,
It's a nice topper, but like if it's dominating the flavor, it's just not worth.
yeah, it's like I don't care for it as much as like people think that I do. I'm always like I'm not here for this. I'm not here to make this like a fucking thing. You know what I mean? Like I'm like I'll put it on sandwiches. Sometimes, depending on the if like it has meat in it. Sometimes salads. Depending on like I realized I like it on like barbecue-esque pizzas. So like if you get like one of those like pizzas with like the honey barbecue and shit like that, that definitely is pretty good. I will say put a little bit of Old Bay on it. You'll at least I like it. One things I can't stand on in liquor. The Old Bay flavored beers. There's Old Bay flavored beers. There are cocktails in Baltimore where you take the Old Bay and put it on the brim of the glass like a fucking margarita. And I'm just like, why? Who's doing this shit? And then you have like the people who are doing them like there's like the Old Bay shots and shooters and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, dude, you're just gonna make yourself sick.
Hard pass. That's like the cinnamon challenge, but worse.
That would be hysterical if we made the cinnamon challenge, but it was like for Old Bay. Fucking Old Bay that shit. This is the Maryland challenge. If you survive, you belong here. Serving up Gary's way.
Oh man.
But yeah, like that's kind of like the stupid shit that like I don't understand why people are like, oh yeah, dude, you should definitely have like put this Old Bay on like this. I like Old Bay on eggs now, but not a lot. It's like a little bit, like a sprinkle.
Really, Old Bay goes good on just about anything that like mayo would go good on.
There we go. That's a good statement on that. I like that. Anything that you could put mayo or Miracle Whip if you're one of those people. Yeah, that's actually like just like if you want to. But like, here's another one. You can't do that with like anything with peanut butter. You can't just put Nutella on. Nutella's fucking kind of like up in the air whether or not you like it or not.
Nutella is weird. Like I could dip like an animal cracker in it.
Yes.
And it'll be like, all right. Yeah. But like if I put that shit on a sandwich, it's like the worst sandwich. Like have you ever had a Nutella and peanut butter sandwich?
No, I refuse.
It is horrible. It does not taste And I was like, oh shit, peanut butter chocolate is the best fucking combo out there. No, apparently not.
Yeah, no, I refuse. The last thing I had with Nutella was I think it was like one of those I want to say Garanimals, but that's not right. Dunkaroo-esque type shit.
Like the Oreo packets, it would be like the Oreo cookie, and you would smear it on the
like the fucking what the fuck were they called? I literally just said it not even 2 seconds ago.
They were called snacks.
They were called
school snacks.
God damn it! I literally just said what they were called. Oh shit, Dunkaroos. That's what it was. They're called Dunkaroos. You asshole! They're called snacks. They're snacks. No, it's not a jackal. Jesus fuck.
I'm funny.
I was like, I said it like 4 times. Yeah, it's a snack. No!
It's just snacks. It's just a little snack bag.
They were
but not
like Dunkaroos, but they had the little like the cookie stick, not like an animal. Like the cookie stick.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Not even the one, not the cookie like cookie. Like the little like this long.
Yeah,
it was like a leg.
It was like a stick. It was legitimately a stick.
A twig, if you will.
But yeah, like that's the kind of like snacks that I've kind of like stayed away from. Any of these like Nutella-esque like, oh, like we could sub out this for this. It's like, I'd rather just eat my Cheez-Its.
I got a pack of Gushers right here.
I ate an entire Costco box, I should say, of Rice Krispie treats, and I don't feel good about that.
Rice Krispie treats are so fucking good, though.
They're unnecessarily good. But it's just classic ones. None of this chocolate drizzle. None of the ones with the fucking M&Ms. Like, it's got to be the classic ones.
I don't know. That chocolate drizzle one, I could munch those.
She loves those ones, but I couldn't get behind them. I was like, oh, these kind of taste gross.
I definitely much prefer like the original one, but like if the chocolate ones are there, I'm not gonna like, you know.
Oh, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna turn it down because I don't trust that shit.
No. I like the taste. It tastes good. Is good.
No, I get that completely. I just I'm very like skeptical about certain like foods and shit, you know. I hate that there's like hair sticking up like right here. So I tried to redo it, but my baby hairs won't fucking go back.
I didn't even see it until you pointed it out.
It's whatever. I tried to redo my bun to make it not so fucky, but I was like, it is what it is.
I have you can't really tell, but I was shaving and it like went up here and I was like, oh fuck. And so I tried to like match it and it didn't work. And so I just put the hat until I can get paycheck, until I can get my hair cut.
Yeah, that's I haven't gotten a haircut in a little bit recently. I need to get my hair cut because I want to get it like back to like here. Because like right now my hair is coming down to like my belly button and I'm like, I don't like any of this. And I haven't shaved up my neck in like 6 months, so I'm like, I gotta fucking.
I did it the other day because it was up there right here. But I don't use the straight razor because it hurts. So
it hurts. What?
Like when you use it, it's like it stings almost.
What? That's never happened.
It like irritates my skin when I use and it doesn't matter what brand of razor it is. Like it's just when it's skin close, it just hurts.
It's never happened.
And so I just use
sensitive ass motherfucking skin.
And so I just use the bzzz thing and I take all the things off of it and get it as low as it can go, and then that's it. I just let it go until it needs to get cut again.
I don't know what I want to do. I'm always like, I should probably just trim it back and make it normal. But at the same time, I'm always like, but I could do something that would piss everybody off, like
Get dreadlocks.
a mustache or something, and like, like, like one of the not like a mustache, but like the one that's like a Johnny Depp, and just have like right here, just from right here, just have a little part right here, and then have like a little parts right here. Just do stupid shit like that. Like that's my whole thing. Is like I could, but like who's to stop me?
It would like like I would do shit like that if it would like grow back the next day.
Mine does though.
Yeah, but like completely.
Like, no, it does. I will show you a picture later, but there's a picture that of me at Caroline's sister's wedding. I have a beard and everything like that, and it's like, okay. 4 days prior to that wedding, my face was shaved into a weird goatee. So I had to shave it all off to make it normal and grow normal. So within 4 or 5 days, my beard looked like yours. And I was like, I can't, like, that's my problem, is like after a week, my shit's fucking back.
No, I generally try to keep it short, because like when it gets longer than this, it gets super itchy and it gets irritating. And I'm like this.
You gotta get the oils. You gotta get the oils and stuff so that it's not as itchy. The oils the oils that I get are supposed to go onto your skin, not on the hair. So you got to like massage it into the beard, and that way, like when your beard's growing, it's not as itchy. It at least like cools it and stuff like that. So like that's why I don't really worry too much.
I see. No, and I sweat too much.
Yeah, you do. You're a fucking moist boy. You fucking just leak. I don't know how you do it, but you just do.
He sweats on the cool down.
He does. He sweats on the fucking cool down. He'll do shit. He'll do shit. And then about an hour later, it's like he looks like a fucking like the Niagara Falls. He's just fucking moist.
It's bad. I'm actually like starting to sweat now. Like my back's getting moist. It is like 80 degrees in this house right now.
Turn your AC on.
Wait, I have a fan.
What?
I have a fan. Desk fan.
It doesn't do anything. It's just pushing funk air around. This is why your apartment. This is why that fucking hotel room smelled Jesus Christ, smelled so bad because you didn't have a desk fan.
It was hot.
Instead of people didn't fucking jump out of windows, we could be able to open up a window and crack a window in these places.
Right.
You know, gotta ruin it for everybody.
That's what happens when you lose all your money. You go jump out of windows.
I mean, I get it. I mean, let's be real. Do you think you could spend a week in Las Vegas and make your money back? No. Me neither. I would be so broke.
What we lost in Vegas is gone, and I do not plan on doing that again.
No, absolutely not. Like we might do like little things, but like we were saying, like if we ever go to Vegas again, our whole goal is if we're gonna go to like gamble, we're gonna go to those like penny dime slot things. And give ourselves like what, $5, and once that $5 is done, that $5 is done. And while we're there, we'll drink the free drinks while they're rotating around. And we will
drink. Would I?
I like the one place that we went to where it was like with Ryan, and it was like, yeah, it's $2 draft. So it's like, yeah, no, I'm set. I'm cool. We're gonna stay here.
Oh, the place that was attached to the White Castle.
Yeah, that was my favorite. My also favorite at that was the kitchen was about, I don't know, the middle of our screen. And you know, like if I was the kitchen, you were the casino where people were smoking, and that little line was a sign that said, please no smoking.
No smoking beyond this point.
No smoking beyond this point. It's like, oh, just blow your smoke that way, guys. Just blow your smoke that way.
It'll be a-okay. Jesus Christ.
But like, yeah, that was the kind of shit that like we're kind of trying to do, is like find those places that were the cheaper, easier places. And then obviously one of the things that we want to do again is rent a car, but we want to like check out other places, like what if we went to Reno 911? You know what I mean? Like what if we went to like other areas in Nevada while we have a car, you know? So,
bro, I feel like going to that grocery store that's like a weird
Area
like
51 or whatever it is, or Area 15 or something like that.
Oh, it's like
$50 a pop to get in, but it's like weird, and like there's like fucking like people glitch out while they're talking to you, and
yeah. And I feel like if we like had 4 grams of mushrooms, walked in there, we would have a grand old time.
I would not. I'm gonna be real with you. As soon as I go to reach for something and somebody like reaches out and goes, "Oh, here's the candy bar," and it's like take on me, and I would be like, "No," because everybody's like, "Where'd you go?" I don't know.
Chris, where have you been? I don't know.
That's all I would need is fucking to see like the take on me hand, and I'm like, should I grab that? Hey.
I would,
but like. I do want to go there. Caroline and I were watching not a full walkthrough, because the guy was like, if I do a full walkthrough, this is going to be like a fucking 20-part.
Like 9-hour fucking video.
So he was like, we're going to go through little sections here and there. And I was like, with Alex's navigational skills, we'd see that entire fucking shop.
Goddamn right.
Caroline was like, what do you mean? I was like, what do you mean? What do I mean? And she was like, would he be able to like navigate that? I was like, absolutely not. But what did he say to you? And he was like, she said, what do you mean? I was like, we should have went left. And she was like, she started laughing, and she was like, yeah, that sounds about right. You'd be like, what's in this door? Oh shit, this goes to like a ladder? Oh fuck, there's an exit. And all of a sudden we're on the other side of the building, and it's like, what just happened? We missed all the lore that was supposed to be happening.
All we have to do is go back
1 to level 13.
We just have to go back through the fridge. And
which fridge? There's like 5 fridges.
There's like 12. There's like freezer things.
I know.
That you can
open up. They
and
all
if
go
you
somewhere different.
Huh?
They all go somewhere different.
Oh yeah, I know.
The one that I saw was this guy opened up a fridge, and then he opened up a cabinet, and that went into a room where you could like lounge. And I was like, what?
There was one that was like,
how do you find all the people like during closing time at that? Like, who's to say like there aren't people like Tommy and Chucky in that episode of fucking Rugrats where it was like toy stores closed? Like, are you really looking through all of these fucking like nooks and crannies?
I'm sure there's like a camera system.
There's probably like a dead body in one of those rooms. It's like, fuck, there was Charlie.
Oh, damn it.
We found the new guy. Shit.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I definitely want to try that area out. I feel like that would be pretty cool.
I was so blown away to find out that the Bass Pro Shop wasn't actually in Nevada.
Yeah, I was too. And the part that pissed me off was Caroline goes, yeah, I thought you guys knew that wasn't in Nevada, and I thought maybe you guys were thinking of a different thing, and like I just kind of let you go on with it. But when I realized that both of you were with full conviction saying, "Let's go to the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid," I realized I had to knock that shit off real quick. I was like, "Yeah, no, we didn't know these things." We're
I had no clue. I was like, "Oh shit." The Bass Pro Shop. And it's like, it's not like I was going to buy anything there. What the fuck am I doing, fishing? No. I just wanted to wander. I wanted to see why the fuck this fucking fishing shop is so big.
Like, for real, let me see something. Where the fuck is that? The Bass Pro Shop. Pyramid. In Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah, right?
Not even in the same direction and where we were going, my guy.
Nope.
Like, this is miles away from fucking Nevada.
Oh shit, I got the directions. Oh, how far is it? 4 hours.
Oh my god. Yep. That is exact. It is. As a matter of fact, let's see. Directions. Going from the
link with a Q?
I just did Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm gonna do MGM Studios. Yo, how long do you think it is?
Driving?
Yeah. I'll give you also, you got to go through Mississippi, Arkansas. You can either go through Dallas, New Mexico, Arizona, or you can go Oklahoma, New Mexico, Arizona, Vegas. So regardless, you're going through 5 states.
12 hours.
That's your final go?
Yeah. It's between 8 to 12.
It is 22 hours and 55 minutes.
Bullshit! What?
27 hours if you took route via I-10 West.
Do you remember when I was
two options though?
When I was like, oh, how long would it take me to walk home? And it was like 8 days.
Oh, from like fucking Pop's house or whatever it was?
When we were at the dispensary in Vegas, I was like, yeah. How long? I started walking that way. How long would it take me?
It was like 8 days. 8 days. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, that's I wonder if I can maybe see this. Is this it? Can I see this? Nope, can't do that. Just like everything else with this fucking streaming thing. Not 100% sure what I'm doing.
Is that how I can do it? Nope. Oh, damn.
Shit. But let's close this off since we're hitting 3 hours.
Yikes!
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, we will reconvene this for a part 2 at another time.
You should probably break this one up into like 3 parts.
Well, regardless, as soon as I hit fucking end broadcast, that shit's go right to YouTube, 3 hours and all. So, alrighty. I hope everybody enjoyed. And this was my brother Alex. Thanks for
this was fun. In. I definitely want to do this again.
Well, we'll definitely reconvene at another time, and we'll get you back on.
All right. This was cool. I like your shindig.
I do appreciate you being able to come on, man. So,
all right.
I'll catch you, man.
I'll see you.
Guys.